And let's get it going. All right. Close out of that, put that over here, put that over here, and okay, awesome. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm TeamRuler15. I'm joined by a special guest star.
Hello, it's just me,
Yes.
10 man.
Yes, or TanNort, whatever you want to call him. And he is
Submit!
and he is and he is once again joining me with the Rantstream this time. Last So yeah, he's my second guest star on the Rantstream. The first one was Sparky. So we're gonna talk about FNAF because there is so much I want to say about that series. Tan Man 2, of course.
Boy, FNAF.
All right. So I made this PowerPoint because I'm a nerd. My thoughts on FNAF. That's as generic as you can get. Okay. So warning, I will swear quite a bit, not a
so,
lot, but quite a bit. So if
so will I.
yeah, so if you don't like that, well, yeah. Anyway,
Don't like it? Get out.
yep. Oh, what the heck? Stupid.
Door's right there.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
the door's right there, so bye. Okay, so wait, what? Okay. So for the gameplay, let's talk about like okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through each PowerPoint slide and I will talk about each FNAF game, yes, including FNAF World. And I'm going to let me take this thing off my headset, and I'm going to talk about the gameplay elements and the story elements of each game, and just give what I think about it. Tan Man 2, of course. So let
Yep.
us. Oh, what are you going to say?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh,
I just said yep.
oh, okay. So let's start with the first game. The first game that started all. Scott's Success. The game that he didn't think would be successful, yet it ended up being successful. So, FNAF 1, or Five Nights at Freddy's 1. So, here are the pros of the gameplay. First of all, the atmosphere was great. Like, it really, like, when I
Yes.
first played the game, it really felt scary and chilling. Like, every sound scared me.
My heart was pounding when I was playing it.
Yeah, it was just he got the atmosphere so perfect in that game. Like those random knocking sounds that you thought, "Oh shit, is somebody here?"
Yeah. And laughing to the.
Yeah. Yeah, every sound in that game was scary. It w Especially when the animatronic was at your door. That sound effect, it's
The sound. Like it's like breathing as soon as it gets to the.
Yeah, definitely. Like it was just yeah,
It's like, oh crap! Shut the door,
definitely. If you can, like if you don't, and you're like,
Freddy.
yeah, like if you didn't know what happened, like Markiplier's mom was playing the game once. She didn't like one of the doors jammed on her, and she didn't know why. So she pulled up the camera for a while, and then Bonnie just pulled it down and jump scared. It was funny.
It's like, hey, are you sitting there watching the monitor? Look at me!
Exactly. And the jump scares, of course, were pretty fun. I mean, they were pretty like scary. Like the one that had me shook was Freddy. Like I hadn't died up until that point. Like on night one, Chica jammed my door, but I didn't pull up the monitor, and it was like 5 a.m. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna close the left door. And Bonnie jammed my door on night two, so I'm like, okay, just gonna leave that door alone and not use the camera. And on night three, I didn't have any problems. Night four, mm, at 4 a.m., I was looking for Freddy. I didn't know where he was. I was keeping everyone else in check, but Freddy, I didn't know where he was. He was in the East Hall corner, but I didn't know that. And I'm gonna get to this point later, but the game doesn't show Freddy and Chica or Freddy and Bonnie at the same time. So I didn't know Freddy was there because Chica was there, and Freddy got in. And when I looked to the left, he had me shook. He scared the
Hello!
yeah, he scared the crap out of me. I was like, at first I was like, yeah. At first I didn't scream at first because I was trying to process what was happening, and then I screamed like a bitch. Just fucking Freddy just scared the crap out of me. But I was also laughing because, it was so sudden. So so
Oh
Tan Man,
no.
who jump scared you first? For me it was Freddy.
I'd probably say Bonnie did first.
Like
Like
on
I
what night?
I think night three maybe.
Night three,
Like
yeah.
okay, so yeah, what happened was like I was going over to the door. I was scanning Foxy and Chica because Chica was coming up pretty quick. I did not see Bonnie coming by. I go over to Chica. I shut the door. Go over to the door. The door was jammed. I pulled up the camera. Bonnie scared me, and I was just like,
Oh.
nope, I'm not.
That's, I'm so sorry about that. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just like, nope, nope, I'm done. See you later.
yeah, like I would have been like, nope, 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 not playing this again, because Bonnie, like,
Where's the escape button?
yeah, just like escape, done. Like,
Play another game. Where's Bendy and Nick Machine at?
exactly, like, and Bonnie is scary. Like even Scott had nightmares
Yeah.
about Bonnie. I was just
Like
like,
what
damn.
happened was like while he was programming the game, he was game testing it with his kids, and he pulled out the monitor and Bonnie's face was there. It scared the crap out of the guy.
Yeah, his kids were testing it, and Bonnie and Chica just scared them. Like they literally flew back in their chairs.
I would hate to be them on that day.
Yeah. So all right, the gameplay. The gameplay to me at least was pretty fun. Like
hmm
I liked having to switch between the cameras and the doors. Some people find it boring, but I don't mind. Like I think it's pretty interesting and entertaining.
Yeah, a lot of times though, you do have to check on Foxy, and
Fucking Foxy.
oh boy, actually Mark died on him on night two because he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, Mark,
Gotta
the
keep an eye on Foxy. The phone guy literally said to keep an eye on Foxy.
yeah. Yeah, he said that. Like in night two, phone guy says you might want to check the cameras just to make while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their place. Markiplier's like, "Psst, I don't need that. And then it's like,
I
and then
don't
he,
need that phone call.
I'm like, you died on night two. How do you die on night two?
How you die at night one?
Right? Oh shit,
I've
hold
seen
on.
some people die at night one, and I'm like, how? It's like the easiest night.
Yeah, like if you die on night one, either you're not very good or you didn't understand the game. Like, and which is understandable because I died on night one
Yeah.
in FNAF 4 because I didn't understand the mechanics very well.
Well, it
So
makes sense in FNAF 4 because that's like the hardest one of the bunch.
yeah. Oh wait, shit.
Because
Hold
you
on,
got
my
look.
battery. Hold up.
Uh oh.
Okay, okay, I'm back. I'm back.
All right. All right. All
So what were
right.
you saying?
uh,
You saying about FNAF 4?
oh yeah, with like because then you gotta listen for a hard breathing. If you hear that, shut the door, and then you have to go to the bed, check the Freddy's, go there, check the closet, check for Foxy, go there, and then go to the right door, check for Chica, and
Yeah.
to
So
repeat kind of thing.
yeah, like so for FNAF 4 there is kind of like because it is harder than FNAF 1. Like because I died on night 1 because my cousin like she was more of a FNAF fan than I was, so I did read the instructions at the beginning of the game, but my cousin said something like she said just hold the door when you get there, and I'm like, but aren't you supposed to listen for the breathing? But I trusted her because she knew more about the series than I did, and I did exactly that, and then I get jump scared by Chica on night at 5 a.m. And I was like, what? I don't get it. And then I had to talk to
That
Tamman
bitch.
about yeah, and then I had to talk to Tamman about it. He's like, no, no, you have to hold the door open for a while. I was like, oh. So I had to tell my cousin that. She's like, oh, sorry, I gave you the wrong info. I was like, it's cool. But yeah, like I wouldn't have died on night one if I knew that. Like if that happened. But yeah, shit happens.
Insert Knuckles. Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, where was... All right, and yeah, I think that's it for the FNAF 1 gameplay. Now let's talk about the cons. Mm. Okay.
Oh boy, the cons.
Yeah. So, first of all, there's the biggest problem is Foxy. Because
You got you got to
like
constantly check on him
yeah,
and the Pirates Cove camera
yeah,
constantly.
yeah, it's ridiculous because like if you like there are a few people who decompiled the code and they found that Foxy has a randomized cooldown. Like when after you look at him on the monitor or if you look at him on any monitor, um if you look at any monitor, because Foxy can just be, you have to just use the camera. You don't have to look at Foxy specifically. So if you look at the monitor, like, and there's a cooldown time for when Foxy moves after you put down the monitor, which is randomized from about a second to 17 seconds. And you can see how that's ridiculous. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like, on some nights, he is really aggressive, even if you do everything correctly. On other nights, he's not even going to show up. So,
2020 mode is an example.
yeah, like sometimes you sometimes you'll be lucky on 2020 mode or 420 mode. Other times Foxy will just fuck your shit up because he steals power like every single time he comes. Like he adds 5% power. Like he starts off with 1% and then takes 5% more every
And
time.
then 10% and then 20%. It's like
Yeah,
and
it's
15% and then 20%. It's like you basically want to make sure Foxy does not go to your door as many times as much as possible.
yeah, like don't allow it like for nights two like 1 to 6 like you can get away with like two attacks at most, but for 2020 mode you can't let him attack
Since
more than
Fox
once. Or
since Foxy is a lot more aggressive, you got to
yeah.
make sure he does not get to that door as much as possible.
Yeah, because that's the really and yeah, that's the biggest problem. And you also have to worry about Freddy because if you try to check on
Exactly.
Foxy, yeah, and because Freddy will come into your office if you have the right door open while you're looking at any camera other than 4B. So you have to close the right door every time you look at Foxy, but that wastes power.
Waste
Like
power.
yeah, if someone eventually managed to make that work, but it still requires a lot of luck.
I think it was Big Bug. I think is who it was.
Yeah, and then
I don't.
Markiplier took that tactic and adopted it a bit, and they both ended up becoming the first two people to beat the mode.
Yeah, because and even Scott was surprised too because he pretty much made that thing impossible on purpose.
Yeah, like even he couldn't beat it, and two people did. I was like, okay. Then he went and
I was
took
like,
them around.
maybe these guys got potential.
Definitely. So,
But then a lot of people after Markiplier beat it. It's then afterwards, and then
yeah. So,
that basically makes the whole 2020 mode in every other game afterwards, except for six.
yeah, 6 didn't really have one.
Uh, Sister Location did.
Yeah, Sister Location, yeah. Like every game except 6 had that. And Ultimate Custom Night obviously doesn't count because
Ultimate Custom Night is
yeah.
literally just an Ultimate Custom Night.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing that
Uh-huh.
that I didn't like about this game, and this was what led me to die on night 4. The game tells you how to deal, like your phone guide at the beginning tells you how to deal with Freddy. I mean, not Freddy. Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Like check Pirate Cove. Check the cameras. If something goes
Yeah,
wrong,
but does he tell you how to avoid Freddy? No.
no, like
All he all he
no,
says is, well, if you see an animatronic, try playing dead. But
it
I don't think
doesn't.
playing dead is gonna work at all.
It doesn't work. I've tried it. It doesn't work. And like I don't know where that idea came from. It doesn't work. Like the time Freddy takes to attack you, like when the power is out, there are 3 stages. When he shows up, when he plays his music, and when the power goes out. All 3 of those are randomly decided. So like it's a max it ranges from between 15 to 50 seconds just about. So it's random. You can't
It's
do anything about
it's
it.
it's especially bullshit 420 mode where it's like that time is shortened.
Yeah, it can just be you can be done like right there. Like that happened to
Like
Markiplier so many times.
I watched the fail cop.
I just yeah, but yeah, the game doesn't tell you shit about Freddy's mechanics. It's like it tells you how to deal with Bonnie and Chica and Foxy, but then it's like, okay, this is night 3. This is where things start getting real. Bye. I'm just wait. You're not gonna tell me about Freddy? Uh,
I'm pretty sure that's pretty much how it led up to his death in night 4.
yeah, do you know how many people died to Freddy on nights 3, 4, and 5? So many people. Like because they didn't know how to deal with. Phone guy didn't tell you shit other than that fact that Freddy is more active in the dark and that you shouldn't run out of power. Duh. Like,
Well, yeah,
okay, that's not
yeah.
helpful. Like that's not helpful.
But pretty much meaning that people, you gotta look at that crap online, look at videos, and go, okay, so I'm supposed to shut the right door when you hear like a really big, when you hear his laugh get closer.
And if he's in Cam 4B, like unless you open up Cam 4B, you cannot leave the right door open while Freddy's in Cam 4B because if you check any other camera, he's gonna come right in. But most people won't know that because the game doesn't fucking tell you. And another thing that the game doesn't tell you is that you can't see Freddy while Chica and Bonnie are in the same room, and that's what caused me to die because I didn't see Freddy. I didn't know where he was.
Yeah,
Like
he does not pop up in the door like Bonnie and Chica do.
Yeah, and you can't see him on the cameras if the other two are there. I'm just like, so how? Like, no wonder people didn't know how to deal with him. Like, and about the laughs. See, the thing about whenever Freddy laughs, he advances a room. This isn't, yeah, like that, and it gets louder as you get closer, and he also makes running footsteps. Exactly, but the
like
thing
like
is that,
like crunching sound.
yeah, but the thing is that like on when his AI level is really high, sometimes he moves so fast that his laughs like cut each other off, and then so that mechanic is kind of useless. Like if you're playing 20 mode, you have to like just set it on cam 4B and then just wait until he shows up there. So
Yeah, 20 mode, he's making like Sonic the Hedgehog.
yeah,
Just
he's just laughing. It's like like I'm just
too
like
fast for
damn.
the naked eye.
Yeah.
Freddy Fazbear.
I know it's just, but yeah, the game doesn't tell you shit about its mechanics, and I'm just like, so, and I had, and like I tried to look it up, I didn't understand, and I ended up dying on night 4. But after that, I didn't die to him again, like so, except when the
Yeah,
power ran out.
cause like once you get the mechanics, you got the mechanics.
Yeah, so that's something. But the game's like, nah, you're fine. Like he's the most dangerous one.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We don't need to tell you shit.
Like the game tells you about Bonnie, Cheek, how to deal with Bonnie, Cheek, and Foxy, but not Freddy. Okay,
Like
cool.
if Bonnie G gets close to the door, just shut it. If Foxy runs out, shut the left door, check the camera, watch him run, and bang on the door. He'll go back to Pirate Cove,
Yeah,
open the left door. But Freddy, where's that?
yeah.
Was
Like
that cut?
the phone guy literally just says, "This is night 3. Shit gets real. Bye." Oh, okay.
Then try playing dead. You know, go limp.
Like that doesn't work. That doesn't do shit. I'm just this fucking and another but yeah, there's another flaw with this game is that like the more like past night 2 you can't use the cameras very much. You just can't.
You just gotta keep checking on Foxy. That's it.
Yeah,
If you see
Foxy and
Bonnie G at the
Freddy.
door, just
Yeah.
shut him.
Yeah. Foxy and Freddy, you need to check on them. Like you only have to use the cameras on them. You can either switch between the cameras or like just spam the camera on Freddy and then check on Foxy once in a while. Either way is fine. It's just like that's the only time you'd ever use the cameras because Bonnie and Chica, like even if you do try to keep track of them on the cameras, the higher their AI, the more often they'll move and they'll cause the cameras to just go off like every other second. And you better hope that they don't come to your door while the cameras go off. So again, cameras aren't really all that useful. So yeah.
Yeah,
And another
because
thing.
like Foxy,
Oh, go ahead. Go
Foxy's
ahead.
really easy. Foxy's pretty easy to telegraph too. He has like 3 stages. Like the first stage is him peering out the curtains. The second stage is a lean. The third stage is him about getting ready to run. And when the curtains open and you see no Fox in there, shut the door, check the camera. So I think it was in the East Hall.
Oh, West
Or
Hall.
was it the West Hall? Check the
Yeah.
West Hall, see Foxy run, and make sure that left door is shut. Hear him bang on the door, open the door, you're good.
Yeah. Foxy's not really that hard to deal with. Um.
It's Freddy more than not. It's Freddy
Yeah.
the hardest.
Freddy. Yeah. Freddy is really the biggest. Freddy and Foxy were really the biggest problems in 420 mode because they just move so fast that you don't have any room to breathe. But then people went and broke that game, so.
Yeah, so it isn't too impossible now, is it, Scott?
Yeah. Although I don't like that. I mean, the game tells you how Foxy works, but like I saw that someone make this mistake before. Um, when Foxy makes a run towards your door, uh, there's really no indicate like at first when you play, there's no indication as to what door he's going to go to. So, and somebody closed the right door in response, but then he
Then you
came.
see him peek in the door and kills you.
Yeah, it's like
That's another thing. Why does Foxy just peer in the door? Why doesn't he just jump at you like Freddy and Chica and Bonnie do?
yeah, like and that's what spawns that's the whole Foxy is a good guy theory. That one jump
No,
scare.
he freaking ain't.
He's not. Like okay,
Have you
there's
seen his death animation in FNAF 2?
yeah,
He jumps at your face.
with his mouth wide open. Who the fuck is trying to hug you saying freedom? No. He jumps at you with his mouth open.
And Hook hanging out.
And there are other animatronics with a similar animation, like Toy Chica and Toy Bonnie. Oh, they're hugging you too, I
And the puppet.
guess.
And the
And the
puppet.
puppet. And the puppet. I'm just like, he's not a good guy. He's not a good guy. You get the same outcome with all the other animatronics. You die. He's not a good guy.
And if some people say like, oh, maybe it's just not showing them actually just giving you a hug and kissing you. That is a lie and a half.
Oh my god. Just, oh my fucking god.
Like
The
with Bonnie though, he actually tries like reaching for your face though. If you look at his animation, you can see his hand coming up towards your face,
yeah, like he's trying to claw your face or something.
and then put it on his face. That's kind of horrifying now you think of it.
Yeah. He's like, I don't have a face. Let me take yours.
Ah!
But yeah, it's just he's not a good guy.
And
Foxy's not a just stop.
yeah, no.
Okay, I think that's all I said about FNAF 1. Now let's move on to FNAF 2. Oh right, FNAF 1. I wanted
Most
to talk about this.
oh yeah, this
Yeah,
get
the
on with the story.
story. So, pros. Very interesting idea. It's like Chuck E. Cheese, but so horrendously fucked up.
Chuck E. Cheese gone wrong.
Yeah, this game ruined Chuck E. Cheese's for a lot of people.
I was afraid of Chuck E. Cheese before this game came out.
Yeah, that makes it even worse. Because animatronics are creepy. They are.
Like when I went there for the first time, like I saw those things on the stage. I was like trying to look away. And then I saw when I'm coming down. I was like, oh no. Like it was a guy in a suit, but I was like, oh no. And I'm like, I gotta get out of here quick. I gotta plan my route of escape.
Yeah, exactly. I
Close the
imagine
window.
I imagine some children like feel even worse because they'd be like, "Mommy, get him away from me." Uh, yeah, and of course, but yeah, this it has an interesting story. Like children murdered by this guy who stuffs them in animatronics. Like
And their souls possess the robots.
yeah, it's something that's never been done before, and it's very interesting. And what I also
Yeah.
like, yeah, is that the story isn't told to you outright, but you get a basic sense of what's going on. But there are
Yeah,
pieces
like
all
with
around.
like newspaper clippings and
Yeah,
certain.
definitely. Like if you pay attention to the East Hall corner, you'll see these clippings. Like they change occasionally, so you could actually get some more info about the lore there.
I think sometimes, like during like rare occurrences, though, if you check the West Hall, there's a poster of a crying child with the thing saying "It's me" on the.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll see that sometimes. It's just things like this that not only add to the atmosphere but also make the story more interesting, where you don't have all the pieces, but you could put them all together and figure out things for yourself. And that's a really cool storytelling technique that's implemented very well here.
Like 5 children get murdered at a pizzeria. The bodies are missing, but we smell something awful. We see blood and mucus coming out of the animatronics.
And
That's
yeah,
ugh.
but and that although that makes me wonder why did the staff not notice this? Like did they not think to
How did it
open
not
up?
smell it to begin with?
Yeah, like did they not? How did that even get past the radar? Like how did how did I just that's what I don't understand. Like they didn't think to like look at the animatronics like, oh shit, there's a dead person in here. Like
Wait, is
when
that blood?
yeah, like like you didn't find the children, but the animatronics all smell like shit. Like you didn't think to
Like
I
they
don't
smell
know.
like shit. You see red liquid pouring out of them. Nah, it's just pizza sauce.
Yeah, pizza sauce and fucking guacamole. Sure.
Exactly. Pizza sauce and guacamole. That's been left out of the sun for a few days. Nah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Also,
Although
if that was the case, why not just freaking clean out the animatronics? Just
not
leave them up there to smell.
I mean that's just yeah. Although to be fair,
That's
the FNAF series has always had stupid logic to it, so this really doesn't
true.
surprise me. Cons of the story, I can't really think of any to be
Neither
honest.
can I.
Like I like the phone calls too. Like they also
Yeah,
give you an insight to what as to what the pizzeria was like. Like
with like Phone Guy's death though, you're like wondering like which animatronic killed him.
yeah, it could
Like
have
it's
been
very clear. It's very clear that by the scream at the end, it was probably Golden Freddy.
yeah yeah it probably
That's
was
another thing.
Golden.
Golden Freddy too. That's another thing.
Yeah, like
Like
you. Oh, go ahead.
no, you can go ahead.
Oh, like well in the gameplay, like he has a what 0.001% chance of showing up if you look at like if you look at Cam
There's
2B.
there's a post. Yeah, there's a poster there of Freddy that can change into the face of Golden Freddy. Hold
Yeah,
down the camera. There he is.
and if
Leave
you
him on
don't.
for too long,
Yeah,
and he crashes your game. It
yeah,
gives you
and
a slowed down version of the animatronic scream.
yeah. Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, it's the slowed down that.
That makes sense. But yeah, if you look at him for like 5 seconds, he'll kill you. And you have to pull up the monitor before that happens, and then you'll be fine. And the poster in the West Hall corner can also change to Freddy ripping his head apart. So that's
Yeah,
also
yeah. That
creepy as
I'm
fuck.
like, Freddy, are you okay?
He's like, I don't
You're
want
not
to live
looking too
anymore,
good.
man. Like off himself. I'm like, okay, okay, cool.
And
Oh,
Bonnie G is just like looking in shock at.
yeah. And if you type in 1987 on the custom night menu, you also get a Golden Freddy's jump scare.
Yeah,
It's like he can
because
do it whenever
Scott,
you.
I think there was really something there, but Scott passed it out to like every time somebody put 1987, Golden Freddy crashes the game
Yeah,
automatically.
yeah. Scott did that. The genius.
That bastard.
Okay. Yeah. I
All
think that's all
right,
I can say about that.
all
So
right.
let's
Now
move on.
let's move on to FNAF 2, the most
Yes.
bullshit of the stories of the
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. I have a lot to say. Like, look at my cons list.
Yes, I can see that. Holy crap! There's more
There's
cons and pros.
Yeah, like FNAF 2, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but when you get to night 5 and onward, that's when the game really starts to test your patience. It's just
Yeah.
like I can recall now night 5 wasn't that bad for me. It took me like 10, 11 tries to beat it. And the problem was Balloon Boy got me a few times. I was like, "Fuck.
Oh, Balloon Boy,
I
that
hate that
prick.
that fucking he's the reason why the whole fandom this game is the reason why the
Call him
whole
fuck
fandom
boy.
hates him." Yeah.
They call him fuck boy.
Because he is. He is one. He just is one. But yeah,
That
I
that
liked
that laugh haunts my nightmares for years.
that laugh. I swear to God, it's that fucking laugh.
Like, get the shotgun. I'm ready to kill somebody.
Definitely. Like, I swear to God, once he gets in, you hear that laugh nonstop at the loudest volume. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's like, shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah, it's just
And then Foxy comes by. He's like, oh, and your misery.
yeah, Foxy or Toy Bunny and Toy Chi or Mangle if
Puppet.
you pull up the camera or the puppet. Like shit,
Yeah.
all of the but I swear to God. Yeah, the gameplay to me it was fun. I liked it, but the cons are just too much. Like for one thing, there's
Yeah.
the
There's no
atmosphere is
scary atmosphere.
yeah, it's not. Was anybody really scared by this game or for very long anyway?
I was more scared of FNAF 4 than this.
Yeah, right. Exactly. FNAF 4 is scarier than this game. This game is just bright
It's
and
it's luck. It's extreme luck.
yeah. It, this
Like,
game just
don't want the music box in time? Oh, too bad.
yeah.
Oh, you didn't put on the Freddy mask right when the animatronic was there? Too bad.
Yeah, it's like I swear to God. But yeah, the game's atmosphere just because everything's bright, colorful, and cutesy, so even the withered
Yes.
animatronics, so
Especially, yeah, the toy animatronics and the weather. They're not really that scary. Like I said, I find more interesting designs in the Nightmare ones and in the Phantom ones.
yeah, they were scarier. They just were. These are just not. They're more annoying than scary.
Toy ones are just cute. You want them to come at you.
Yeah.
You're Toy Freddy. Ah.
He's probably you're probably not gonna die by. He's probably the guy who's
Toy
gonna give you
Freddy,
the
yeah.
least amount of deaths because he's so easily telegraphed. It's
Like
just
I've seen a lot of people die more to like Chica and Toy Chica and Bonnie and Mangle and Foxy and Puppet, Golden Freddy, but I rarely see one person die from Toy Freddy.
yeah. Like I honestly I don't even think I remember getting killed by him. Probably only once. I think it was only once. I can't remember. Like
Like I literally had to look up a video on YouTube when it first came out, where like where it shows all the animatronic jump scares. I was like, oh, that's what Toy Freddy's is.
yeah,
That's,
exactly.
that's how that's how rare that's how rare it is to get jump scared by Toy Freddy.
Yeah, it's just because he has two animations in the hallway, like when he's far away and when he's close to you. Like you like he doesn't move that quickly too. Like it's just and he won't show up that often like on the later nights. So you honestly it's just not really a problem. But everyone else, especially now before I get to everyone else, let me talk about the cameras. I honestly don't care for the cameras. I didn't even bother looking at all the cameras on the first few nights because I knew that there
Yeah,
was no point.
because the entire time you're mostly just focusing on the prize corner with the
Yeah, with the music box. Like, there's no reason to look at any other camera. You can look at the vent cams, but even then, they're not that useful because two animatronics can be in the same vent, and you wouldn't know it because, again, the game won't show both of them at once. So there's no point. And you're just
yeah.
wasting time if you look at the vent cams. So there's no point in using the camera unless you use the music box. And there are so many more rooms than in FNAF 1. So I'm like, Scott, why'd you make all these rooms and cameras if we can't even use them?
Yeah, if we're just gonna be focusing on one room the entire game, like use all these cameras to your advantage, not just
Yeah,
one.
yeah. And now that's something the third game did right, but yeah, the
Yeah,
cameras in
exactly, exactly.
yeah, and the cameras in this game, they're just there's no reason to use them. Past
They're
night two at
useless.
most. Yeah, they suck. And another thing about this game, do we
Too
really need
many
that?
animatronics.
Yeah, do we really need that many?
Almost
Like,
over almost 11 animatronics.
yeah, and if you don't count the puppet, it's just 10.
Yeah,
And Golden Freddy appears like on night 6 and later, but like still, that's still too many.
like Scott, what happened to your usual 4 animatronics? 5 if you count Golden Freddy.
Yeah, it's just we don't need that many. We don't.
Thank God, FNAF 3 onwards removed those.
Yeah.
Not many. Well, yeah, except for Ultimate Custom Night, but then again, Ultimate Custom Night does not count.
Yeah, it was meant to be like that, so yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Foxy. Fucking Foxy. This is he's one of the biggest problems with this game.
You gotta constantly shine your flashlight in the hallway, and that's it. Constantly
Yeah.
shine your flashlight in the hallway. And the biggest problem is, if Balloon Boy gets in your room, you're doomed. You better just open your arms and embrace for Foxy to come jumping at you, because you are doomed.
And if he doesn't kill you, then the puppet, Toy Chica, or Toy Bonnie will. If because you can't see Toy Chica or Toy Bonnie in the vents. So like when you flip up the camera to try to wind the music box to save yourself, they may kill you. Granted, it's gonna Foxy's gonna kill you more often, but still, like they will all kill you because you can't do anything. And another thing that's annoying about Foxy is that Somebody again decompiled the game and found that every animatronic is set to move 5 seconds, and if the flashlight is shined at Foxy, like when he shows up in your hallway, if the flashlight is shined at him when he's checked to move, then he'll go back to the parts and service room instead of attacking you. But the problem is that you don't know exactly when he's going to move, so you have to use the flashlight on him, but you don't know how long. Like, do you steady it or do you flash it? And even if you flash it, he may still get you because you flash him at the wrong time. So
Because also another thing about the flashlight, it's like sometimes it won't even turn on a lot of the time.
yeah, so like, does it register or
Giving like giving Foxy a lot more time to come at you.
yeah? And so like, okay, I'll go do something else. Oh shit, I got jump scared. I just Foxy's not too bad on the first few nights, but night 5 and onward, he's just a pain in the ass. Even on Foxy with
It's
the challenge mode, like I flash him, and he still gets me. I'm like, what? Like because if I steady the light, I might waste battery power. But if I flash it, he may be more likely to get me. I don't know what to do. Like he's just annoying. And oh my god, this next reason this is the reason why people like Golden Freddy mode is fucking annoying and difficult to a lot of people. Toy Bonnie. Toy Bonnie. Now, here's how he works. When he's in the right
if
vent,
you put on the Freddy mask
hmm
and the screen starts blinking in and out. You'll see Bonnie walk by your screen, and when the light comes back on, he'll be gone.
yeah. And now, simple enough, but here's the thing. He won't all, but Toy Bonnie, sometimes he'll do that right away when you put down the mask. Other times he won't. Like he'll take a few seconds and then he'll come. The problem with that is that it throws everything off. Like the game runs in cycles, and if because Toy Bonnie, like he's so random that by the time he tries to attack you, you're probably too late to do anything because the whole cycle is thrown off. Like you'll have to often decide between him or the puppet because you're wasting time waiting for him to come out of the vent. So like he's the biggest problem with Golden Freddy mode. And I'm just like, Scott, you didn't see, this is why you test your games thoroughly so that this shit doesn't happen.
Like you tested the game just fine with FNAF 1,
Yeah.
and look how well it's done. But with FNAF 2, on the other hand, do you even put testing at all?
Yeah,
Do,
like go ahead, go ahead.
like that's the thing about Scott Cawthon with FNAF, the FNAF series. He does not do release dates well.
He does not. He simply doesn't. He doesn't.
Like
It's true.
sometimes, like I think originally FNAF 2 was supposed to release in August. I think I don't remember
I don't remember
exactly,
either. But it was definitely
but
later, of course.
that literally the next few weeks later, there it is on the Steam page.
I'm like,
Like,
really? I'm just like, man, and this is the problem with all of his games. You can tell he doesn't really play test these thoroughly. So when you get to the harder nights, they range from difficult to borderline impossible.
this is why he's patched out like FNAF 4 and FNAF Sister Location.
Yeah, it's just,
Like he patched FNAF 4 because people couldn't hear the audio prompts right,
yeah.
and then FNAF Sister Location with Night 4 with the spring locks, he
Oh my
patched
fucking
a bit of
god.
that too, so to make it a little bit shorter.
Oh my, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm like, Scott, you have,
Test. This is why we have place testing for a reason, Scott. Use it.
yeah, like you have two sons. Have them play tested games. You did that with the first game. I don't know what happened afterwards. And okay, well, as you said earlier, the damn music box. Oh
Oh,
my
the
fucking
puppet.
god. The puppet. I could forgive everything in this game if it wasn't for the fucking puppet. You have to constantly wind the music box.
Go
If
to
you
the go to the camera. Go to the prize corner. See that little circle there? See the button that says wind up music box. Click that frickin' thing. Good. Because if
yeah.
that thing runs out and the red arrow light goes off, he's coming. And there's no way avoiding that.
Yeah, like yeah, like if you make the timer go down, like and he's peeking out of the box, Like there are two stages where he peeks out, three actually. The first one is where his head is just out. The second one is where his part of his
Yeah.
body is out, and the third one is when he's just gone, and then endoskeleton is in his place. In the first two
Yeah, I was
stages,
about
you
to say.
can still.
I was about to say about the endoskeleton. There's rare times though where the endoskeleton will come out, and that thing will be in your vents,
Oh my
but it
god.
won't kill you.
Oh,
But
I
it
didn't
won't
even
kill you.
know. I mean, I didn't even know that because the cameras are so damn pointless in this game, so I wouldn't have even known that.
Yeah. If I haven't seen like fact videos about FNAF, like I didn't even know about the endoskeleton either. But then I started watching like Matt Pat and certain facts about FNAF 2, and it was talking about the endoskeleton. So like if once the puppet is out, the endoskeleton comes out, and rare occurrences, so it will go into your vent.
Yeah.
But like what does it do once it's in the vent? It's like go in the vent, stares at the camera, walks out, go back in the box.
Definitely. Like.
Like okay, I had my time in the shine. See you later.
Okay, let's see. Oh, hi, Naim and T-Man.
Hello.
Bitch, I'll say whatever. No, I'm playing. Someone said watch your language. I'm like, sorry.
Never.
But yeah, but yeah, that was an interesting fact. But of course, you won't unless you look it up, you're not gonna know about it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the music box is so annoying because you have to keep winding it down, which wouldn't be so bad if everyone wasn't whoring for your attention. Every single animatronic in this game is whoring for your attention. And then by the time you open up the music box, like shit. And when you hear that music, yeah,
What?
exactly. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like on the first few nights, it's not a problem because the puppet's AI isn't very high, so the music box won't wind
Yeah.
down as fast. But
But when it gets to the later nights, that some bitch will go faster.
it just depletes so quickly. This is why Night 6 is so annoying to a lot of people because there's just not enough time to do everything. Like at least Night 5 is consistently beatable. Night 6 is just it took me 5 to 6 days to beat that.
Yeah. I remember seeing that on the stream too. It's like you had so much trouble with that.
Yeah, like I was trying to do everything correctly and I still get screwed over because like it's really the vent animatronics that are the most problematic because they'll be there, you wait for them, they won't go away. And I'm like, go the fuck away. And by the time you go to the music box, oh wait, shit, somebody else wants your attention. And
Hello.
and hopefully you flash Foxy because if you didn't,
He's
it's
coming
just
after you.
yeah. And yeah, as you were saying earlier, it's just too luck based, not skill based. Like FNAF 1 was skill based. This game, no. I mean, you have to use some skill, of course, but the luck from
But a
night,
lot of it's luck. A lot of it's
yeah,
luck.
even as early as night 5, it's ridiculous. Like I haven't even attempted Golden Freddy mode. I heard about it. I'm like, nope, sorry, not doing that. Mm-mm.
I'm gonna watch Markiplier's video on it, and wow,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, mm-mm. There's a strategy where you have to like count everything in cycles. I'm just like, no, because even if I do that,
Too
Toy
fast.
Bonnie may come and screw everything up. So I'm like, nope. Unless Toy
Especially with the
Bonnie,
fact that there's 10 animatronics coming after you, all set to 20.
yeah, it's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't
Mm-mm.
do that. Sorry, but you better hope that Toy Bonnie gets interrupted by another animatronic, or that Foxy doesn't jump scare you when you're when you're doing something else, or that, yeah, it's just ridiculous. But I think
Yeah,
that's all I can say about FNAF 2.
but the gameplay wise. Now
Yeah.
let's move on to the story.
Yes. I think that FNAF 2 it's an interesting take on the on what happened before the first game. Like it actually
Yeah,
le
it's a prequel. It's a
yeah,
prequel.
it leads up to the events of the Bite of 87, which I thought was a pretty cool idea.
Because I think, yeah, FNAF 1 kind of touched upon that subject, but we never really got to see much about that whole experience.
And yeah, now we
But
do. Yeah.
with FNAF 2,
Yeah, FNAF 2 really did. did that really well. It worked on what it built upon what the first game established, and it did that really well. And it still incorporated mystery elements that you could figure out for yourself.
I like the death minigame, so how they explained some parts of the story that we couldn't really understand before.
Yeah, like especially the puppet, like why the puppet does what it does.
Because from what I've seen on game theory, they said that the puppet was that first in the minigame where it jump scares you. That
Hmm.
the kid that got killed outside in that minigame is the puppet. So meaning, I think that thing. Remember the security puppet minigame in FNAF 6
Yeah, I remember
where
that.
the kids outside where the kids outside in the rain. I think that was that kid. I think that's that kid that got murdered in the FNAF 2 minigame.
Yeah, that was the very same kid.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Something
and it
new
makes
that.
sense though because in FNAF 6, the puppet came outside, short circuited, and it got fused with the kid. And the jump scare you see at the very end of that minigame is the puppet.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense as to why the child and the puppet are together. Because the puppet tried to save her and failed, and yeah, they fused.
Yeah,
So
they Steven
that's
Universe fusion danced.
okay. But one thing that this FNAF 2 could have done is expand on the histories of the murder victims, like what happened beforehand, because it had the opportunity
And
to do that, but yeah.
because what we've seen in FNAF 2 and one of the mini games is the puppet giving giving gifts, giving life to the children.
Mhm.
But there is one frame though before Golden Freddy jump scares you of a kid in the center.
Yeah, I saw that. It it just doesn't tell you much about the victims themselves.
Like it
It's
just shows
just
their bodies and the puppet giving them life in the animatronics.
yeah. Like yeah, that's really that mini game is really the only thing close you're gonna get to like seeing exactly like
The
what
lore of the
yeah. So yeah, that but other than that, like I still find FNAF 2 story pretty interesting. Like
yeah.
so let's go to FNAF 3. Oh my God, I have a lot to say about FNAF 3.
One what people say the easiest of the series.
And in a way it is, but
Yeah,
in
because
other
you only got one animatronic coming for you
and
if you exclude the phantoms.
yeah, and it's the only one that can kill you, so the other ones just slow you
Springtrap.
down. Yeah. So, gameplay, the pros. The cameras actually matter this time. You need the cameras. So, yeah, the cameras actually matter this time.
Yeah, you gotta use the audio cues to lure Springtrap around the horror attraction.
Yeah, and which sometimes doesn't even work, so you that's why the cameras really matter.
Because then you also gotta check in the vents, see which one if Springtrap's in one of those vents. You gotta find which vent he's in, close him off, and then he'll exit out, and you gotta use the audio cues again.
Yeah, and if you don't, he's gonna just warp
He's
right to yeah.
Yeah, if he pops in that one door on the left, you're done.
Yeah. Unless it's close to 6 a.m. So,
Yeah,
yeah, like yeah, because there are some vents in the game. Like the first Cam 10 has a vent that leads directly to your office, so you really need to
don't
shut that.
don't.
Yeah,
Yes, there was a room though that leads right to your door. Don't play a sound cue in that door.
yeah. It's just yeah. There's just some cameras that you really do have to avoid, and
That
yeah,
one is one of them.
yeah. And another thing that FNAF 3 did well is that there aren't as many animatronics this time.
Just one
Yeah,
Springtrap,
and the others don't really show up too much.
and they
Just
do
in
not kill you.
yeah, so that's nice.
They they just disorient you.
Yeah, they
And
just
like,
slow you down and disorient you.
the animatronics we got here are Phantom Freddy, Phantom Chica, Phantom Foxy, Mangle, and the Phantom Puppet,
And Balloon Boy, of course.
and Phantom Balloon Boy, which is an annoying little bastard in this game.
Yeah, but
which
I
which actually also is the sound cue as well as Balloon Boy's laugh.
yeah, that's the interesting thing. Like you,
But finally, somebody decided to rip that freaking thing's voice box out.
it's like thank God, thank God.
That's probably why he attacks you too. He's like, "Can I have my voice box back?" Nope. You
Nope. Um.
ain't getting this back, buddy.
Yeah, Balloon Boy was an annoying little shit in the second game. In this game, he's not as bad. Still annoying, but not as
Yeah,
bad. And
it's not as bad as in FNAF 2.
yeah, because if FNAF 2, he was laughing at your death, essentially. I'm just like, you little shit.
I watched the Some Comedy Johnny review of it, and there's a bit though where he's like, is there anything stopping me from getting up and kicking the little bastard over and getting my batteries back?
It's like, no. Well, yeah, actually. Yeah, I fucking Balloon Boy.
I would have done that too. Just like got up, went over to the little freaking thing, kicked it over, smashed it to a million pieces, got my batteries, got back to my desk.
Yeah, or if you had a weapon, just shoot the bastards. Shoot him.
Grab any gun you can.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do too in Gary's mod. Like just uh, uh, create a balloon boy in there. So watch him laugh at me. I'm like, "Hello, balloon boy. You like my shotty?"
Or like you hand them a grenade. It's like, here, you can hold that. I'll hold the pin. Okay, ready?
Yeah. I'm gonna stand right back here, and I'm just gonna watch the show.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna be on the show. Yep. Three,
Yep.
two, one.
2, 1.
Oh yeah. Um, but yeah, the gameplay in this one is it has a nice twist. Like the cameras matter, and as you said, you have to use the audio lore to play cat and mouse with Springtrap. So,
Yeah.
so it's an interesting twist.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's still that fucking RNG.
Still luck based.
Yeah, because and it's with the Phantoms. Okay, as you said, there are six Phantoms, but three of them are not that bad. But three of them are just
The
fucking the bill. Yeah,
the Mangle, the puppet, and Balloon Boy.
yeah. It's just and
Mangle, he doesn't jump scare you. She creates an audio disturbance that very much brings Springtrap to your door,
yeah,
and
definitely.
also disrupts your audio, which meaning you have to pull up your system, turn back on the audio cues.
Yeah, and like Mangle's just really fucking annoying because there are times where I've seen people like have Springtrap right next to Mangle, and I'm like, oh shit. Like you can't come
Like
back
I
from
found
that.
him.
Like you can't come back from that. You can't come back from that because and another thing is that if he's outside your window, you have to put him back to cam 2 right away because if you don't, you can't put him back in any of the previous rooms. He'll just go right to cam 1 and then your door. You could put him back to
And
cam
then you're
1,
done.
but yeah, it's not going to always work and yeah, you're screwed unless it's 5 a.m.
Or just reset
Yeah.
if you're doomed. Just
Yeah,
reset.
just reset. And Balloon
Hit the
Boy,
escape key and bye.
yeah. And Balloon
Balloon.
Boy, oh, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, Balloon Boy, he's annoying because now you're supposed to when he shows up on the camera, you have to either shut the cameras off, click on the camera again, or select a different camera feed. But the problem is that now he's not the most annoying, but he's still annoying because like you have to be really fast, and if you're not, and he can even show up while the camera feeds offline. So he's just annoying. And not Mangle, the puppet. The fucking
Oh boy, the
puppet.
puppet.
Oh my
He popped up
fucking
in your
god.
face, and every time you try to move, he moves with you.
He slows you down, blocks your vision, you can't do anything, and other phantoms can jump scare you. And
Yeah,
by the
I seen
time,
that too with Margot. I seen that too with Markiplier. Like he had the puppet right in front of him, and Phantom Freddy came up and scared him while the puppet was still in his face.
yeah, like it's so fucking annoying. And by the time the puppet leaves, which is like what, 15,
Your
17 seconds,
ventilation.
Yeah, in the
Your
ventilation.
ventilation goes offline.
And then Springtrap's probably already at your door by the time the puppet leaves. And it's, don't don't get the puppet. You might have to start over if you get the puppet. That's how bad the puppet is.
Yeah.
Now, Chica, Freddy, and Chica's annoying too because she can only appear if you view camera 7 for too long while her face is in the arcade machine. Um,
I think the only one that scared me mostly was Foxy.
yeah, because he just jumps right at you like
Like
he
FNAF 2's kind of.
yeah.
Like once you see him in your office, turn to him, he'll jump at your face. It's like
Yeah, like you have to go back to the camera when you see him, and then put it up, put it back down, and then go back. Like you have to be quick too, like because like sometimes he'll catch you off guard when you're in a hurry, and you forget about him, and then he's right there, and I'm just like shit.
and then Freddy, he just walks by your door. Don't look at him, or else he will come up and scare you.
Yeah, and now Freddy, let me talk about Freddy. As you said, you have to keep the monitor or the maintenance panel up to prevent him from jump scaring you. And if you have to switch, you need to be quick because if you're not quick enough, he'll jump scare you. The problem with him is that like if Springtrap's at your door and you're trying to stare him down, Golden Freddy can just walk by and since you don't have the camera up or the maintenance panel up, he's gonna kill you. Like he's gonna jump scare you and then Springtrap will come in and get you. Like
Like Springtrap actually has two different jump scares. Like there's
yeah.
one where he's like one kid at the door, and once he's in the room, he'll scare you. There's another time where like if he's in the door, you look away, you look at the monitor, he'll dash by you and scare you.
Yeah, exactly. And that second one can also happen if he's like manages to get into the vent like right behind your camera, like the cam 14 vent or whatever. Like if he jumps all the way over there, he can just scare you that way too. Like
Like you can see a yellow blur just going.
yeah, like oh, it's like oh shit. And yeah, and sometimes
Oh, was that
Springtrap
Springtrap?
yeah, and sometimes Springtrap will like you'll be looking at the office window and you'll see him like peek out from a corner, then peek go back in, and I'm just like, oh my fucking god, I can't come back from that.
Like yeah, just reset or just get yourself killed. There's
Yeah,
no escape.
yeah. Oh, and about Phantom Chica earlier, like well, if you look at her for too long on the camera, like when you're going to fix the maintenance panel, she'll just jump out and get you. And now this isn't too bad because you'll be going to the maintenance panel anyway, but it's still annoying
Yeah,
because you
so
there are
you're
some
already there.
yeah, and like you can avoid cameras 8, 7, and 4 to avoid Chica the puppet, Chica and Mangle, but like you can't always do that because Springtrap may be there and like you might have to shut off a vent and it's just so like they appear randomly and thus it's luck based. And like all
Yeah,
these yeah. And oh my
and
god.
this is the first game in the series that actually has two different endings.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. One of which you
The
get
first
normally. Yeah.
Yeah. The first one is the pattern, which you just do by playing normally. The second way is by doing a series of tasks that are shown to you in the minigame sections before you start a night.
Except like how did Scott think anyone was gonna find those?
Yeah,
I mean,
I probably wouldn't even see them either.
yeah, like
If it
I
wasn't
mean,
for like it wasn't for
yeah,
like Markiplier's videos, I wouldn't be able to see that.
yeah, like you'd have to look up a guide because there's unless you were to like inspect every single thing in that game, you wouldn't be able to figure any of this out.
Yeah, in those games, you don't play them normally. You glitch them out.
Yeah, yeah, you have to glitch. Then that's the part I don't understand. Like, how do you expect people to? Uh, you okay? I just
Like if you like found those one of those accidentally, and you play them. You think, oh, maybe I'm just supposed to play it normally. But then you look up a guy trying to look up, see how you get the good ending, and here's a shock. You have to glitch out the game.
and yeah, like I just if you're gonna make secrets, make it so that people can actually find them.
Don't
Just
make them look up a video to help them out there.
yeah, it's just and another thing about this game is the the cameras. Now the cameras they were better used here than in the previous two games, but even so, it's still more about fixing the systems that crap out
Yeah,
every other second.
and especially in later nights with the audio cues, they will go down in 2 shots.
Two fucking shots. Sometimes you'll even have to go back after every single audio cue that you use. It's like,
It's
okay,
ridiculous.
yeah, like, did the camera stop mattering now? Okay, like,
Because you got 3 different things that will go off. You got your camera, you got your audio, and you got your ventilation. If your
yeah.
ventilation goes out, that makes it easier for Springtrap to come by and get you.
Yeah, like because at least with the audio and camera feeds, it'll take a while for the alarms to blare. With ventilation, that shit goes off instantly. And if spring trap's at your door when the ventilation is down, you're not going to make it because you'd have to pull up the monitor, and he'll use that to get to you. And if you even stare at him down, the ventilation will eventually cause you to black out. And then when you wake back up, he'll get you.
He'll be there.
Yeah. So even if you try to stare him down, the ventilation may get you, or Golden Freddy may get you. I mean, Phantom Freddy. It's just like three different systems, and they crap out so often. Like especially the camera is just really annoying. Like it doesn't stay on for very long, and then you have to go back and fix that along with the other issues, and the audio, of course. Like all three of them are just so annoying to manage.
And it takes a little bit for them to come back online.
Yeah. Like if you have three or two, just reboot all. And if you have one,
Yeah.
you just fix that one.
And the problem is sometimes you'll accidentally hit the wrong one, meaning you have to sit through that process of that one you don't want to hit to come back online that wasn't even offline to begin with.
And yeah, that, and you better hope that Springtrap doesn't use this opportunity to get into a vent. And if even if you close off the vent, he may get into a different vent. Hopefully he doesn't try to jump to your office while you're doing this because it takes so damn long.
Yeah.
So even though FNAF 3 did some things better, it also did some things worse. So
Like, I'd say it's better than FNAF 2, a little bit
yeah,
worse than FNAF 1.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I think that's all we can say about FNAF 3, just ripping it apart.
So now we go on to the story.
Yes. The pros. Okay. Now, this is what I liked. It actually gives us more insight as to what happened in the murder. Like like how the children came
Yeah.
to be murdered and what happened to the murderer afterwards.
Yeah, because, yeah, here's a spoiler if you guys never even played the game. The purple guy is Springtrap.
Yeah, he is. And in the mini games you can see what happens to how he becomes Springtrap. Like the spirits, he kills the spirits, he lures them into the room, kills them, then they come back and haunts him, and then he goes into a spring
He,
bonnie
he,
suit.
he done pulls a goof and gets Springtrap because the place is literally falling apart. There's water dripping around, and then one of the phone calls in FNAF 2 saying, "Don't put any sign of moisture on the spring locks, or else those suckers will."
Yeah, and the suits were so dangerous that even breathing can cause the spring locks to go off. And that's what Sister
So, me,
Location was like, trying to
so
point out.
meaning the entire time while you're wearing that suit, you gotta hold your damn breath.
Yeah, like you can't, like you probably can't even move around very much. You just have to stand there and hope that the spring locks don't go off.
It's probably hard too because the things are probably really high on your body, and it makes you sweat.
Oh, and you better hope you don't. You better hope you don't sweat. That's because if you do, yeah. And of course, the company doesn't care because one of the phone calls is like the phone guy says, "Now, if they kill
We're
you,
not
like
responsible for dismemberment or any injury.
yeah, and if the spring locks lacerate you, then just go into an area and hope you bleed out peacefully without attracting attention." I'm just like, what the fuck?
Like, you're bleeding out here. Call the hospital. Someone.
I was like, no, no, just go into the back room. Don't
Just
cause a
bleed out there.
commotion.
Oh, the kitties won't scream.
God, but yeah, like that's how Springtrap came to be. So we got to see that, and of course, but yeah, the story, FNAF 3 once again builds upon what the two games established, and it does that really well. Now the cons.
Ooh.
we don't to this day we don't really know what ending applies. We just don't.
Some people say the good ending applies, and some say the bad ending applies.
And honestly, and Scott himself couldn't even answer this in the recent interview he had with Daco. And I don't blame him because how are you supposed to answer that?
Because from what I've seen, like MatPat theorized, he says that the games after three kind of say like this is the result, the aftermath of the bad ending. The animatronics are still active; they're still roaming around somewhere.
Yeah, it's just like, but that just makes raises another question. Like, if you want people to piece together the timeline, why would you allow two endings like that without establishing like which one is canon? It just you're just making the timeline more difficult than it needs to be. If there is even a
Exactly.
if there's even a single timeline, like
Like MatPat made his own timeline in one of the recent FNAF videos he made, and I'm
yeah,
sitting there thinking like, how the hell does he piece all this shit together?
and yeah,
Like
and even
I have the books, and yet I still don't understand clearly what some of the shit is.
because yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think that Scott thinks this stuff through very well. Like it's just he's more of a short term like he thinks in short term games instead of thinking of the long term. Like oh this seems like a good idea now, but oh wait shit I have to build upon this, don't I?
Yeah. This is why some any other indie developers only have their stories in one game, not
Yeah,
seven. And some
yeah,
of my favorites like Bendy and the Ink Machine, Little Nightmares, they do that all well in one game.
yeah. Like you don't need to stretch the lore out that much. That's just too much. And you even Scott himself doesn't have all the answers because I think he's just lost track of everything.
Yeah, he's just like lost himself at this point.
Yeah. And another thing is that again, we still don't know anything about the victims. We
Like,
don't.
who are they? Like,
Who are
what was
yeah.
their life before?
Yeah, who are they? Like what about their families? Like what were their lives like? What personalities did they have? Like, all we
Like,
know is
oh,
that
like only signs we have with these kids are the gravestones in one of the FNAF 6 endings. But yet,
yeah.
that still doesn't give us much.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I'm just and like the only thing we get to know about these kids is that after Springtrap dies, they're still sad because that at the end of the day they're still dead and you know,
They can't go back home.
yeah. And of course you have to go
Like,
through all the mini games to get them cake and stuff, but still.
yeah.
What were you about to say?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, okay. But yeah, again, FNAF 3 doesn't. I mean, it's. I still find the story all right, but I think it could have been better.
Yeah, better than 2, almost a 1.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Okay.
Alright, so
FNAF
now
4.
one of the scariest in the story in the series.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's because of the great atmosphere. Like Scott.
Yeah, the game has a great atmosphere. Like the game is like dead silent.
Yeah, like every sound mattered essentially. Like.
Yeah, and this is like the one of the only games that don't have the phone guy in the game.
Yeah, like it's all about the perspective of a child who's alone at
Who
night with
got bit?
yeah, with nightmares running around. That was actually a really interesting idea, and I'm glad Scott went with
Because
that.
I'm pretty sure that's what a kid would probably imagine those animatronics looking like, and I would too.
Yeah, that's just yeah, Scott definitely did really well playing on the child's fears. Like
Because like I said with the Chuck E. Cheese story I had, I literally walked up to one of them standing right in front of me. I was like, okay, I'm trying to like sidestep my way out of it.
exactly. Um oh, okay. And of course the gameplay was pretty interesting. It's not as bullshitty as FNAF 2 and FNAF 3.
You
It's
basically gotta listen for the breathing of animatronics.
yep. You got to keep track of Foxy and Freddy. Still annoying,
Yeah,
but not as bad as the second and third games. It's just
Yeah,
Still more skill
yeah.
based.
For mechanics wise, Bonnie and Chica are the same thing. But go to the door. If you hear breathing, shut the door.
And if you
If they
don't
are not,
use,
well,
yeah,
I don't remember.
yeah, if they're
I don't
not
remember the
there,
screen.
if they're not there, use the flashlight. Yeah, and you'll see them get pushed back in the hall because if you don't use the flashlight when they're at the end of the hall, they will come to your door, and you're just
Yeah,
gonna make
you
things
will hear
harder for
breathing.
yourself. Yeah,
You will hear breathing. Shut the door,
if you're not,
and then once you open,
yeah,
you're done.
yeah,
For for Freddy, he doesn't appear on any of the doors. He's behind you,
and you have
gathering
to,
up in these gathering up these things called frettles,
mhm, and
and you got to shine the light in every single one of them. And but if they gather up, Freddy will appear and he will kill you.
yeah, and that's the thing. You have to shine the light on them constantly so that they don't combine into Nightmare Freddy, and which can
It
get
will
annoying,
it will
but
Power Ranger. They'll
yeah.
go Power Ranger style to Freddy.
And of course, there is Foxy.
Foxy.
The guy, oh, he's just the biggest problem in the game because he can just ruin your whole night because he makes it harder for you to focus on everyone else.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, there's a way to deal with him, but most people don't know
yeah,
that, and
yeah. Because I seen your videos about it too, where it's like you're like where Foxy appears in some ways, you got flashlight in certain ways, and
yeah. Yeah, like if you hear louder foot, like if you hear his footsteps, but on
like
one side and louder, then yeah, he's like right at your door or at the end of the hallway
it.
actually, and you got
But
to you
yeah,
got
this is one of the most interesting things about Foxy. Once he gets in your room, he doesn't go for the kid. He goes for the closet.
yeah, and that's why, like why not just
And that's that some Common Johnny animation I showed you before. This is a nice closet.
yeah, that was funny. Like like I'm like why are you in the closet? Like it's not that nice a closet. Like just and of course
Yeah,
with
meaning so yeah, if he's in the closet, meaning he'll start off as a plush, and he'll start turning into Foxy.
yeah.
And if you see the thing creaking, go over. He will jump scare you, but he won't kill you. He'll just fake you out.
Yeah, and then you have to close the door on him until he reverts back to his earlier forms and then to a plushie.
But the
And
plushie is a kind of adorable, actually.
yeah, it is.
Actually, I've actually seen plushies of the FNAF characters at Walmart and shit. And I was like, huh.
That's cool. And of course, there's a Freddy plushie on the bed too. So those two
Yeah.
characters have a plushie. But
It would be nice to see though, like if Bonnie and Chica turn back into plushies too.
yeah, like they should have plushie forms too. I'd like to see how that would turn out.
Like I've seen them at Walmart and stuff. They're actually pretty adorable looking.
Yeah, I've never gotten to see them. I can't remember if I've ever seen any plushies actually of the characters. I think maybe once. I can't remember what character it was though.
Well, in the in the mobile version, in the first one, you can actually buy little plushies that sit on your desk.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Um, but yeah, and of course, if you don't close the door on Foxy long enough, and he's in his last stage, once you turn around or go back to the center of the room from a door, he'll
He
kill
will
you.
charge out. He will charge out of that closet and he will come at you.
Yeah, and this applies to Nightmare Mangle in the Halloween edition too. So,
Yeah. And now we got two more characters left:
yep.
Nightmare and Nightmare Fredbear. In night
Now,
5, once it hits 4 a.m., I think.
oh no, in Night 5, it's just
Uh,
Fredbear. In Night
night 5,
6,
night
yeah,
5. That's right. Night 5. It's just Fredbear. Fredbear basically takes the role of every other animatronic in the past few nights
yeah, like he can appear in the doors, the closet, or the bed, and you have to listen for him, and he'll fake you out sometimes.
with his laugh.
Yeah. Which
He will
and
have. There are moments though where like there's a laugh that make it look like it's real, but it's not.
yeah. And it's weird, but I think you could actually, if you listen really, really carefully, you can actually tell if he's behind you or in front of you, but it's kind of hard to
Yeah,
do that. Like I noticed it myself. Like my cousin, for some reason, was able to figure it out. I'm just like, how are you hearing that? I can't hear that.
exactly. Yeah,
But I'm just like, I can't tell where he
yeah.
is.
Your cousin must have superior hearing over you.
Yeah, but the weird thing is that it's hard for her to tell between tell like what the breathing is, but I could hear it just fine. I was like, how, huh? How does that work?
And now we got Nightmare. Basically, Fredbear, color black,
And faster, of course, and
and faster.
translucent. Yeah. Yeah, he's a bit more transparent. Like Fredbear has two frames at the door. Like Nightmare only has one. And yeah,
He
you have
doesn't
to.
do it like a traditional jump scare kind of thing. He kind of does like what Golden Freddy does in the first game if he kills you.
Yeah, it's just a kill screen. The same thing with Nightmare on in the Halloween edition. They just show up on your screen and that's it, and make a weird alien noise. I'm like, oh, okay, that's okay.
I don't really have any answers about that kind of sound either. It's just kind of there to me if I'm thinking. But we also have two. We actually also have two extra ones in the form of mini games. We have
Yeah,
Plush Trap and Nightmare Balloon Boy.
yeah, and you have to listen like carefully, like when they're right at the X. And there's a strategy to do it. But with Plush Trap, it's not difficult. With Balloon Boy, it's a bit more difficult because it's like Plush Trap, but faster at the end,
And if you beat the mini games, you get a little 2 hour boost at the start of the night.
which is nice if you and
Yeah, if you
yeah,
can keep it.
yeah. And if you don't, well, yeah.
12 back to 12 a.m. for you.
Um, I think that's. Oh, and of course you can, like in FNAF 3, you could see the jump scare, like in FNAF 4, all the jump scares, including Chica's cupcake, because the bitch is too fat to come to the
Oh yeah,
center of the
I
room.
forgot about the cupcake. Yeah,
Yeah,
like, 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 why can't she just come in herself? Of course, why the heck does she have to send her the cupcake?
I just like, are you
As
so
you say, the bitch
fat?
is fat.
Like, yeah, are you so fat that you can't just walk into the door? Bonnie can do it just fine, but you're like,
Yeah.
I'll just let the cupcake kill you. I'm too lazy to
Yeah,
come
I'm
at the
too
door.
lazy. I'm gonna go to the kitchen and make a sandwich.
Which is what
Which is
she does
actually
sometimes.
something I
Yeah.
was about to say. Yeah, it's like, yeah, she goes into the kitchen and starts making rattling sounds. I'm like, what is she doing in there? Making a sandwich?
Like, it, this bitch.
She must be really fucking hungry.
It's just, yeah. No wonder she gets, like, no wonder Wither Chica gets stuck in the vents in Ultimate Custom Night sometimes. Because she's so fat. Like she blocks all the other animatronics in the vents too. I'm just like, okay.
Where somebody get the butter?
Yeah, exactly. And she may eventually get free and jump scare you, but it'll take her a while to
Yeah,
do that. Like on one game, like on Matt Pat's channel, like he waited like almost the entire night for Wither Chica to come out of the vent, and she did not until the very end. I'm just like,
you know what's very funny though? I was watching a Markiplier video doing Ultimate Custom Night. He had Lefty up to 20. You know what happened? He never came.
yeah, I was watching that too. I was like, yeah, he was getting Lefty to come, and Lefty didn't come. I'm like,
He
Okay.
just sat there like, Lefty, you're at 20. Come. Mark survived the entire night because Lefty would not move a freaking inch.
I was like, oh, okay, like he's not gonna come, or she or whatever. It's not gonna come, fine.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, but anyway, now FNAF 4 does have cons. For one thing,
Yeah.
the volume. Do we really need to have our ears blasted every time we make one wrong move?
Yeah, the
Yeah, and like you have to turn up the volume so that you can hear the sounds correctly. And God forbid
yeah,
if you have,
the game's best suited for people wearing headphones. That way you can hear the breathing a little clearer.
yeah, and now you can hear
Like
the other sounds.
I was playing a demo of FNAF 4 with my friends, and I got killed by Bonnie, and me and everyone in the room was just like jumped, like we fell back.
I don't blame you because they're so damn loud. I'm like, ow. I'm just like my cousin like I play with her in that game sometimes and whenever we get jump scared she's like I'm not gonna play this anymore.
Yeah, it's like I'm done. See ya.
I'm just like, oh, it's not that bad. Your ears will get used to it, I think.
No.
I don't know why, but as for me personally, I didn't really find the jump scares all that scary in this game. Like in the first game, they
Like
were,
they're scarier than FNAF 2 and
yeah,
3 by a long shot. But
but
FNAF 1 was a little bit more in
yeah,
your face with it.
yeah, like because and this is the weird thing because the animatronics themselves were remodeled to be much gruesome looking, and but in FNAF 1 they're not like that, and yet they still managed to be even scarier. So
Horrifying, yeah.
think Scott might have overdone it a bit here. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But yeah. I mean, they're still
So
gonna
yeah,
startle you, but I think it's more to do with the volume than the actual models
yeah. So
themselves.
it's a little more startling than the other games in the series.
Yeah. Let's
It's
see.
scarier, yes, but the FNAF 1 kind of, I think, kind of does it better.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Well,
Now
that's the
we go
game.
on to the story, maybe.
Yeah. This is really blunt, but I honestly, I don't know what this game
The
was trying
story,
to
the
do.
story, the story was basically just a crying kid before he died. That's it.
Yeah, like I can't think of anything nice about it except nicer graphics than the previous games. I don't know.
What the one thing I don't get is like, why the fuck is his brother such a douchebag to his younger
Yeah,
brother?
like
Like,
holy
oh yeah,
shit.
let's shove my brother into the maw of a animatronic.
Yeah, that's a
That
good
won't
idea.
cost anything.
Yeah, 10 out of
We
10.
won't go to we don't go to jail.
I'm just like, you fucking
Like,
idiots.
like, didn't anyone else see you carrying the kid into the mouth?
Yeah, like,
Where's the security?
where are the parents? Like,
Yeah, where's
where,
the parents?
like, where's everyone? Like, it's just these assholes with the kid. I'm just like, what are the adults doing?
Well, what we seen though, William was actually in the back putting an animatronic suit on someone.
You know, and it's just like, but, like, what happened to everyone else? Like, what was everyone else doing? Like, they didn't see.
Like
Oh
what?
my God!
Where, like where's the security in the place?
I
I'm
just,
pretty sure security guards would have come by and see like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Don't do it
or they would have like stopped the kids before,
before
or
he
the
got shoved into
employees.
the
Like,
mouth.
just like, where is everyone in this game? Where is everyone?
Like the bully did not have to be like a big douchebag to him.
Yeah, it's just I just and another thing about this story is that other than the fact that nobody seems to care about the child, it's just what the fuck is it? I'm so, what is it? No one knows what it is. Like I don't get what's going on in the story. Like it's just too vague and mysterious. Eh, like I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't call it a story. It's not a story. It's not a plot. It's just a collection of random cutscenes with no context. Who is this child? What are these nightmares? Like, why is the brother such a
What?
douche?
Yeah. Why is the brother such an asshole to his brother? Like, heck, my siblings aren't even that bad.
Like, I just, I
My
can't.
family's mostly made out of sisters.
It's just, yeah, yeah. No older sibling is that bad unless he happens to be or she happens to be somehow fucked up in the head. It's just,
Like, heck, the brother was being a douche from the beginning. Like, especially with a freaking fox mask, locking the brother into one of the rooms in the pizzeria, locking him in his own room. Like,
yeah. Like, why are you being such a douchebag to your brother? Holy shit! Like, and lock the poor kid. I feel so bad for him. Like,
yeah,
it's such a shitty ass family. Like, what was William doing? Like, what were you doing the entire time? All this.
he's probably killing kids.
Yeah. Now, of course, there's a theory that says that William was, causing the kid to have these nightmares about the animatronics.
Yeah,
Like, So that would explain some of it. I'm just like,
like some kind of like weird like hypnotism disc kind of thing.
yeah, like some magical gas or something like that.
Well, from what I seen, I think it said it was like a disc. Remember that disc
Or
you
the
got pulled
discs.
out of
Yeah,
from the from Funtime Freddy in Sister Location? I
yeah,
think that I think that's what William used on his son, and then started trying to scare the crap out of him to keep him in his room at all times.
yeah, that makes
Because I'm guessing
sense.
like he wanted to make sure nothing happened to his kid, like what happened to his daughter.
You know, the bitch who didn't listen.
Yeah,
Daddy, can I please come play with her? You made her just for me.
like I'm pretty sure William said very clearly, stay away from her.
I was like, but all the other children get to play with her. I was like, no, trust me, you don't go near her. Don't go near her. Just and you went and
What
did it
she do?
anyway.
She goes near her, holds the ice cream.
Like, nope, you're done. I'm
See you
just
later.
like William is the father of the year, everyone. Father of the year.
Father Year 2018.
And another thing about this story is that did it really need to be in the lore? Like, does it really add anything? Does it like it just I say this because it doesn't really seem to fit that neatly with the first three games. It's supposed to be the final chapter of the original
Exactly.
story.
But yeah, is it the final chapter? No. We still got Sister Location 6 and Ultimate Custom Night.
Yeah, like it's just an additional chapter. It's not the final chapter. I'm just
The
like,
final chapter is Ultimate Custom Night. That's the
yeah,
final chapter.
yeah. It's just I just it just doesn't fit very well with the first three games. And again, we know nothing about the child. Like we know nothing about him or why we should even
Yeah.
care. And it doesn't answer anything. It doesn't tell us anything. It just creates more
It,
questions.
it's just basically the kid in some kind of purgatory kind of thing, waiting for him
Yeah.
to die or some.
Yeah, like you are broken. I will put you back together. What does that even mean?
Well, if I seen a theory, the kid after he died, William literally put him back together as a robot.
Which would that makes sense. But of course you uh, like you'd have
Which is the same. It's the same character play as in Sister Location.
that makes a lot of sense. Like I was like, "Oops, sorry, I fucked you up, son. Let me put you back together
We need about two more models over here. This one had an error
again."
because I think from what Matt had said in one of the books, I think either the fourth cluster or the twisted ones that the main character in the book, Charlie, is actually as a robot created by Henry
Wow.
because his daughter died in by William, and I
That's
guess he was so grief stricken, he decided to create different versions of his daughter Charlie, like four,
huh.
like one is a baby, one is a child, one is a teen, and one is an adult woman.
Huh, that's interesting and fucked up at the same time.
Like, oh, my daughter's dead. Here, I'm gonna make a machine.
Like my life as a teenage robot, but Charlie edition.
Exactly. My life as a teenage Charlie.
Yeah. Like, Daddy, I want to be like other kids. No, no, no. You need. I want to drink soda. No, no. Drink your oil. Daddy.
Oh no. Well, actually, no. I think Henry kind of programmed her to act like a human,
That's just so
kind of
fucking
thing.
creepy.
It is if you think
Oh
about
my
it.
god. Okay. Well, I should.
At least
I'm
we,
starting to think of reading the books actually. I hope that
yeah.
that they're more that they're better written than the games because I'm just
I
I
read a
can't.
bit of it. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, just because the games are giving me a headache because again, FNAF 4 doesn't tell you shit. And the box.
Exactly. And the box. Now we get to the main troll of the series. The
Mm,
freaking box.
oh,
Scott has not ever revealed a thing about what's in this box.
he hasn't. He just
He's like,
hasn't.
he's like, like I was thinking about revealing contents of this box, but I'm not sure the fans would accept it as this way.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Oh, bullshit! You just don't want to say anything. At least have the decency to own up to that. Bullshit, Scott. You use this excuse
Yeah,
all the time.
I was watching this game theory video, and it was like at the opening of it, the what was in the box was Markiplier's mustache. It
Wow.
was a joke, but it was funny. But as one of the theories was, it was actually it was Michael in the box,
Huh.
like the robotic parts of Michael in the box.
That actually does make a bit of sense.
Because like I said, you're a robot in sister location.
Yeah. And like I'll keep you in the box for like I'll put you in the box for now until I can put you back together. Like
Yeah,
that
so
that makes sense.
that makes sense. Yeah,
So,
and
but
so it also kind of makes sense. So at the end of sister location, when you get scooped, you actually don't die at all. You just get entered inside of you, controlling you until he gets barfed up
and yeah, in the
and
sewers, and then you magically come back to life, or in a way.
yeah. So yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense now. I kind of think of it. Yeah,
Yeah, but but the thing about Scott is that he admitted in this recent interview that he changed what was in the box over the course of the last few years. I'm just like, are you
like
trying to piss people off, man?
I would probably accept it just being robotic parts of Michael.
Like, I think that's just the most satisfying conclusion right now because I
Yeah, because it makes the most sense.
yeah, but Scott being the troll that he is, I just
Yeah.
okay. FNAF 5 gameplay.
Oh boy, now we're getting to sister location territory.
Oh God. Well, to me, the gameplay was actually there was an interesting twist to the
Yeah.
gameplay. Like
Yeah, I
it's
like how you get to do like different things on each night.
yeah, that was pretty cool. Like and like
Yeah, so that way you're not just stuck in one spot for for the entire game.
yeah, and
You're
then
actually going up and doing shit and
yeah, and you do and not yeah, it's not like one mechanic that gets harder with each night. You're actually going out and doing different things, which is that's interesting.
like you're either repairing something, pulling something out of Funtime Freddy and working on Ballora and stuff like that.
Or just walking carefully to avoid Funtime Foxy, Funtime I mean Ballora or the endoskeleton in
Or
at the end.
or Funtime Foxy.
Yeah. And the atmosphere was really good. Like
Yeah. The
definitely
bits that the bits that really scared me though was like when you're walking through like the Lord Gallery and
yeah.
Funtime Foxy's gallery kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Like Funtime the part with Funtime Foxy had me shook. I was
It's
like,
like
"Oh my."
oh,
I was
then you realize it was scripted and you're like what?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh." I was like my cousin said it was scripted. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, I was saying it was scripted too in the live stream.
I was like, "Oh, so I was doing everything correctly." I was like, because I was like, I'm sure I didn't see him at all.
That had everyone shook.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, bitch!" My
I was
cousin was
so
like,
close.
"Yeah, we were." And of course, baby kidnaps us afterwards, like the bitch that she is.
All right, so now we get to what you were talking about earlier with the spring lock suit.
Oh my god. Mm.
That part got patched to make it shorter.
Yeah, like the mini games and some of them are just outright fucking frustrating. Like the spring locks. I took me like on the stream it took me an hour to do that
Yeah,
shit. It's ridiculous.
I got to make sure the spring locks are wound up, but then you have these tiny little mini rheas crawling up your legs,
Yeah. Now the ones in the
and
middle
you got to
don't
shake them.
matter, but the ones on the
Then you got
sides.
then you got to shake them off and make sure then you got to check the spring locks again because the spring locks get wound up again if you shake it.
Yeah, and this gets like as you go further into the mini game, the spring locks will start unwinding faster and faster. And you have to be really careful with the shaking And like,
You have to survive 3 minutes.
yeah, and that part was just so damn frustrating. Just
Thank God Scott patched it to make it
yeah,
easier.
like oh my God, did he even play test it?
I don't even freaking know.
Like, did he not
Probably
see?
not.
Yeah, did he not see? This looks hard. Let me tone it down a bit. I was like, nope, nope, you're good. We're good. Like he does this with
Yeah.
every fucking game.
After FNAF 1. FNAF 1 looks like he play tested it.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did play test that one. And the other ones, though, just oh my god. And personally, I think the mini games, like the thing about them is that like once you beat one night, you don't really do much more with them. They're just like they just don't really have much
Yeah.
depth. Like they're just there and then like they're fun,
The
but
big
only for that.
the biggest WTF moments is so like after every end of each night when you're at home watching TV, it's like, okay, where did this come from?
That one's just so random. Funny, but random. Like you could just
Yeah,
like press space to eat your popcorn, and if you got your
yeah.
exotic butters.
You got your delicious PNG popcorn. Like
Yeah,
you can tell that popcorn was so stock looking.
yeah, definitely. And of course, Ennard. Everyone hates Ennard in this game. Like,
Make a sitcom out of that. Everybody hates Ennard.
yep. Everybody hates Raymond. Everybody hates Chris. Nope. Everybody hates Ennard. That's the one you gotta watch. I mean, everybody loves Raymond, but whatever.
Yeah, and then
Yeah. um. But yeah, the Ennard. Like when I did that. I can't remember how many times I did that, but I tried that the first time. I didn't realize that you're not like when you hear a noise, you're not supposed to close the door yet. You're supposed to wait until he's like right there, but
yeah,
like it's kind of hard for me to like because I was
yeah,
reading the guide
yeah.
online. I thought I was supposed
Yeah,
to
and apparently that ending there with you get Ennard dragging around in your room, that's fake.
yeah, like it's not even real. It's
It this is a little celebratory thing of you completing that hard
yeah,
night.
that mini game is shit and the ending though and the ending yeah, it doesn't even matter.
I
So,
prefer I prefer him getting scooped.
yeah, yeah, that would have been satisfying. Like foil Ennard's plan. Like because you get fired anyway, so foil Ennard's plan and I'm like, cool. No no regrets.
But nope, in the real ending, you get scooped and then Ennard goes inside of you.
That sounds so
Gross.
damn yeah, damn. Okay, but yeah, that's the and I haven't see the thing and there's the reason why I haven't played Custom Night and Sister Location yet because I was just too
Yeah,
frustrated to.
but yeah, like there are like some like little bonus cutscenes of of a Michael or should I say Ennard walking down the street, and every single cutscene gets different and different because you can see a little different. You can see Michael get more and more purple and get more sickly looking
Yeah, and
before
everyone's
he ends
like,
up.
what the fuck? Everyone's like, what the fuck? And then he throws him
Then he
up.
ends up throws up Ennard and comes back because, like I said, it's a robot.
I'm just like, what the fuck happened to Michael? Like, what did William do to him? What did Baby do to him? Like, did they both hate him that much? Oh, I mean, well, to
Because
be
like
fair, like, oh, go ahead.
Because like in that minigame, the way before, right after Ennard throws up, before Michael throws up Ennard, you can hear Baby in the back going, "You don't die, you won't die, you won't die."
And then he's like, okay, I won't die.
Like I'm back. And like
Yeah,
I think in one of the endings, so it's like it's showing the remains of the FNAF 3 area, where it's like he's like, "Hey, Dad, it's me, Michael. I'm coming to go find you." Like you can
yeah,
hear his voice though at the end, like how distorted it sounds. And then at the end, it pops up Springtrap.
yeah. Yeah, that part was interesting. Another part that was
Yeah,
interesting about that is that Michaels mentions that the other animatronics thought that I was you. So they thought,
Yeah.
so yeah, which would explain why Baby didn't realize that that was her brother, and so instead of her father. So I was like, oops, I scooped. I thought I was scooping Daddy.
Nope, I was scooping my brother.
Um,
Oops.
I mean, like father, like daughter, they're both assholes, so I'm not surprised. Ooh, let's talk about the story.
Oh
Well,
boy.
for one thing, there's an actual story. I refuse to call FNAF 4
Exactly.
a story. Yeah, because it wasn't a story. It's not a story.
I
But
actually like this a lot. I like this a lot, though. The story to me was actually pretty entertaining.
yeah, funny and scary. Like,
It gives you a chill though when like you realize like this happened and then this happened and it's like
yeah. And one,
especially with the mini game with the baby where it's like you're basically giving little cupcakes to the kids. Like if you do that, you get a little ice cream. Go back to the beginning, you see Elizabeth coming up to them.
and then,
It,
yeah, and then
like
she gets
you
killed.
see you see the little claws coming out grabbing Elizabeth. You hear like this ear piercing scream. It's like, ugh, gives me chills. Chills. Think about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, definitely. It's, it's just, yeah. And I also like that the story, actually gave us some motivation for William's actions, like why he's murdering these children.
I think he's doing it because he wants to bring back his son.
Yeah. Hence why the animatronics were built the way they were, which some people questioned. They were like,
Yeah.
"Why the fuck are you designing them like this?"
Yeah,
I
it's
was
like
like,
there are some design choices we are a bit skeptical about. He's like, and William's like, she could dance, she could sing, she could take song requests,
I'm
she
like
could
that,
shoot balloons directly from her fingertips, and she can make ice cream.
and then he's like, "That's with all due respect, sir. Those really weren't the changes we were talking about. The design
It zooms up
choices."
on baby's face.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's an interesting, it's interesting, but if only the story had, to me, the story
Now
just,
we get to the cons.
yeah, it just, I don't think it, honestly, other than why William does what he does, it does it really answer anything except for maybe what
And what
happened to
happened?
William. I mean Michael
Yeah,
and William. Like,
Michael, William, Elizabeth.
yeah, it's just. What about the other What about the victims? We still don't know anything about them. Like this
Yeah,
doesn't.
what happened to the robots that well, from what I see in the game theory, it said in FNAF 3, when William was dismantling the robots and getting the souls, apparently what he was doing, he was experimenting on them, turning them into the Funtime animatronics.
Mm, that that
It
that might.
basically like putting some of the souls of those putting the souls of those children into some of the Funtime animatronics.
Mm, yeah, yeah, that's true. Like that. That's what I've heard in
Well,
that game's
for
theory.
what I
Like
said, the souls went into Ennard.
who's essentially, and I saw this in one video, and it really is, I think he really is the walking incarnation of, or representation
Ever.
of of how
Because like
tangled the whole,
in one of the trailers it said there's a little bit of me in every body.
yeah,
Meaning there's a
Ennard,
little bit of his part of him inside all the other Funtime animatronics.
yeah, Ennard is essentially everything in a sense.
Yeah.
Ennard, ha ha ha, not funny, Scott.
Nope.
Cause he goes inside Michael's innards, like
But then
but
he gets barfed down into the sewers.
ew. But yeah, the story just doesn't really, it doesn't really answer anything, and it makes the timeline more complicated than it needs to be. It just,
Yeah.
like, I like it. It's just that honestly, the first three games were doing just fine without it, and it's just,
Yeah.
It's not really like if they, yeah, it's just it was a
If we
great
didn't have
story,
ga-
but
if we didn't have game theory, we would be totally lost.
yeah, sister location. This lore has so many questions, and sister location doesn't help answer most of them.
Yeah.
But of course, now
Okay.
let's go on to number 6.
Or should we say Fazbear Pizzeria Simulator?
Disguised as, well, a simulate, a pizzeria simulator. But okay, let's see. Well, like FNAF 4, you have to listen carefully, but the jump scares aren't as ear rapey this time, so that's nice. They
They're
still,
startling, but they're not
yeah,
ear rapey.
yeah, like Spring Scrap Trap like had me shook when
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit! I'm like, I'm
I
not playing that.
always come back.
Yeah. Like when he jump scared me, he said that was easier than I thought, and I was like, I'm too
That was
scared to
easy.
even reply to that. Yeah, I'm too scared to even reply to that. Fuck. And then I tried playing it again, but then I heard vent noises on both sides. So I was like, nope, escape. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
remember
cause,
on the stream though, you literally had escape because you heard something. You're like, oh nope, nope.
and I was just like, I can't. Like those vent noises
Yeah,
are just unsettling. Like
the sixth night gave you a lot of shit.
it did. Oh my god. Night 5 too, but night 6 was really obnoxious.
Oh, because you
Like
got so close on one shot, and then baby came by.
fucking
Looks like
baby.
a gift. Is it my birthday?
Yeah, here's a hand grenade. Fuck this
Okay,
bitch.
here's a grenade. I'll take the pin. You take that part. I'll just go over there.
I was like, oh, what do I do? Just stand there. Just stand there. Okay. Fucking exactly. Fucking bitch. I just like okay,
And then
like yeah,
Lefty on the
Lefty.
other hand.
Fucking
Lefty doesn't say
Lefty.
shit. All she does is go, shh.
And I'm just like, no, bitch. I'll make all the noise I want. Fuck you. See, like Lefty ruined most of my runs, and then it was Baby, and then Scrap Trap, and then Molten Freddy, who only showed up once because he's not relevant. But that's beside the
And
point.
Multiplayer is like, we're one big happy family.
I'm like, do I
Something
know
like that.
you? Like, you don't matter to me. Like, you're not relevant. Like the first time you got me, like he jump scared me. Like he was the first person that jump scared me. I wasn't scared, just confused and startled. I was like, what? How did I? But with Scrap Chop, I was like, oh shit!
Like for the other animatronics, it's very easy to hear him. Like if you hear Multiplayer laughing, he's coming. And you hear
Yeah,
him,
and you can hear like Scrap Chop and Baby talking, but with Lefty, Lefty doesn't say much.
how can you resist a premise such as this?
Fucking William, sounding so dramatic. But yeah, um, but yeah, yeah, the nights 5 and 6 were annoying because like I didn't use the audio lore because for some reason I just had a hard time using it along with the fan and the motion detector, so I just decided to go with silent ventilation, which worked
Yeah, it
consistently
works.
up until a point, and that's like, fuck, I was so close. Like I
Yeah,
had to,
you died to the heat, and you were almost done.
yeah, like
I remember how mad you were. You're like, ah!
I don't know, I was like, it's just the whole game, like I was just so mad because. Like, because the damn temperature, I fucking,
Like once that sucker hits 120, you're done.
yeah, not even 120, like 119, and then like, nope, bye.
You passed out.
I'm just like, okay. But anyway, at least Tycoon mode was fun. Like deciding what goes in your
Yeah,
restaurant, deciding like what risks to take and what things to buy. That was pretty
yeah.
fun.
You had zero risk on there, which I was actually kind of surprised by.
Yeah, I was like,
Especially when you had
oh, go
because
ahead, sorry.
when I watched Markiplier playing it, like he had a bunch of risk with Lefty up there, and he got sued.
I'm just like, you didn't put down your risk points. You got to put down your risk points if you don't want to get sued. Unless you're trying to get the blacklisted ending or whatever, then you can do that. Like, I'm just like, dude, like, the
Yeah.
game told you that you need fewer risk points if you don't want to get sued or anything
Yeah,
like
you didn't
that.
get sued at all, which I was surprised by.
Yeah, like because like on the first night, I'm just gonna get some money then buy the sanitation station. So like I don't have to deal with anyone on the first night because I really did not want to. Like
Yeah.
or if you're doing the mediocrity ending and you can't buy anything that will increase your fast points, so just buy the sanitation station and then play the nights normally and you're done. And then you won't have to deal with anyone. Like so,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's like if you want to play the game normally without having to salvage anything, just don't salvage anything. Just chuck those fuckers up back on the street.
yeah, and don't buy anything discounted or and make sure you keep your
Yeah.
risk down and you'll be
Lefty
fine. Yeah, or Lefty. Like Markiplier, you bought Lefty.
for
Why?
$5. For $5, and he had a crap ton of risk.
Like yeah, like Lefty was a fucking 9. Not even some of them discounted
Like
items weren't that high.
you could have just salvaged him.
Yeah, like why don't like it would have made more sense for you to salvage him and then buy him to for the achievement and then take him off. Like you
Yeah,
that's
it's just
essentially
like
what I did. Like why buy
yeah, it's
him
just
that
like okay,
early?
you're like here, Lefty, here's your stage. Okay, I got the achievement. I'm taking it off.
I was like,
He's
but
like, like
yeah, I was like,
what
but
the
no,
fuck?
nope. Nope, fuck you. You're gone. You're gone. I mean, you're still
And
gonna
Lefty
show
just has
up, but yeah.
Lefty just has a tear streaming down his face. He's like,
Aw, I'm
poor
sorry, but you're
Lefty.
not. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're not relevant enough. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll see you later on tonight.
I was like,
He
I'm
just
I'm
walks
coming
out.
after you in the office. Yeah.
He just walks out. He has a middle finger up.
And then the other animatronics were like, poor
What the
thing.
heck
It
is wrong with
must.
this guy?
It must suck not being important.
No,
Um, but yeah. Oh, what were you about to say?
no, no, no.
Oh, but anyway, the salvage mini games, I actually like those. They're
They're pretty intense.
yeah, like, oh my God, do I zap him now? No. Oh, do I take the
Yeah,
risk?
I remember you fucked up on one of them. I think it was Scrap Trap. I think.
Yeah, actually, it was like Scrap Trap for me. I was doing everything right. He was just too aggressive. It was Molten Freddy that I screwed up on. Like I zapped him too soon one time. I was like, oops. But then I
You're like,
didn't.
no, no.
I was like, yeah, because I was like, I was supposed to space out my zap so that he doesn't jump scare me, but I accidentally did one too soon. I was like, fuck. So I had to take a chance, and like, fortunately, he didn't kill me, or at least attempt to kill me.
Yeah.
Like, so, but with Scrap Trap, he was just so aggressive. I like I was like so mad because I ended up getting half of what I wanted. I was like, fucking Scrap Trap. Because I beat the game without doing any damage to the animatronics, but this time the game was like, nope. Okay, fuck you.
Yeah, with Multi Freddy, Baby, and Lefty, yeah, they're not really that aggro, but the friggin' Scrap Trap, on the other hand, he's just like, hi there, you're gonna salvage me? Guess what? I'm coming after you.
Yeah. And actually, Lefty's also pretty aggressive, but I still managed to do just fine because you can see that he kept getting into his hostile stage a bit, but I was able to not do it
Yeah.
just fine. But with Scrap Trap, he was like, I'm like, really? Like, are you really that easily pissed off?
Well, he has been in a friggin' animatronic suit for so long. I'd be would too.
True. Although he deserves it, but true.
Yeah, true. You know?
Okay, and now for the cons. As I was talking about, the fucking nights in the office. Like, the salvage mini
Oh
games,
boy.
I don't have a problem with. But the nights, oh my fucking
You
god.
have to do so much crap with animatronics roaming around you. You have to maintain the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta
Yeah,
make sure
like,
you're not making any sort of noise.
yeah. Or, like, if you do have to make noise as little as possible, which is why you should get the upgrades to the equipment as soon as possible. But even then, you're still gonna have trouble.
Like you said, like you did with silent ventilation.
Yeah, like I just couldn't use the audio lore very well, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna rely only on silent ventilation, and then, which worked because I could hear everything even during the printing, which I upgraded, so I could hear the vent noises. But even then, like the animatronics would come so often because there was nothing keeping them away, so I'm like, I have to keep moving through the vents, even with silent ventilation on. Silent ventilation made the temperature not go up as fast, but even then, the night still went on for too long. And there were times where even with silent ventilation on, the temperature got too high, and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And it was just a hot mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the temperature really is the biggest issue because if you have a lot of activity, even with silent ventilation on, I mean, silent ventilation does help a lot, but if it's not on, like, or if it's on and the temperature is too high, you're gonna have problems because you can't do anything while they're like you hear vent noises. You have to keep looking back and forth. And another thing that's annoying is that, like, if they're coming from one side, it's fine. Like, you just stand at the vent there. But if they're coming from both sides, you have to keep moving back and forth. And you can't do it too soon or too slowly, or else you're gonna get jump scared. And that was really annoying. Because, like, most of the time I managed not to. Like, there were only two times where I got jump scared by trying to guard both vents. But most of the time I was able to fend them off. But it's still annoying because it takes forever for them to go away. And I'm just like, okay, let me go
Yeah.
back to the monitor. And I'm like, fuck, I hear more vent noises. And I hear more. And I hear more. And I'm just like,
Like, just let me get done my task. I need to get done with these things.
yeah, it's so irritating. Like, it's just. I mean, Scott did patch the game somewhat, but it's still annoying. Like, but of course. But yeah, still beatable. Annoying as fuck, but still beatable. And of course, we have the story. Pros.
That ending.
Yes, cassette guy. Yes! Gave me life with his whole
He burned them
monologue.
to the ground.
Yes, burn everything. Like he just like I love how Baby was talking to us before saying, "Oh, like this is all a trap and now we can do whatever we want." And then Henry's like, "No, bitch. This is where your story
Like,
ends."
let me cut you off. Let me cut you off.
Yeah.
You're
He's
gonna
like
go. You're gonna get burned.
yeah, he's like connection
Burn.
terminated. Yep, exactly. He's like,
Just
"No,
send Dr.
bitch."
Eggman in there. Just burn.
Yes, exactly. Like just burn. Like all of you are just gonna die. And especially the way he told off William, that was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
boss.
For one of you, the darkest depths of hell is open. Don't keep the devil waiting, friend.
I was like, oh shit. It's like for most of you there's peace, but for one of you,
You're
go to
going to
hell.
hell.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yes. Henry is so badass. I love it. The way he shuts Elizabeth up and the way he tells off William. I'm like, I hate both of them. Thank you so much for doing that.
Well, I want some s'mores now. Who I call it roasting on scrap trap.
Yep. Like, yeah, like I can imagine us like just sitting around the fire roasting marshmallows over their corpses. I'm like,
On what scrap trap in the middle, just like, hey,
yeah.
can you put me out? Never.
No, it's like you're still alive? Hey, give me some more fuel.
Yeah, give me more gasoline. Give me gasoline. Yeah, shut up, you.
Just like fucking scrap. Like, and another thing I don't understand, why is he even there, to be honest? Because Lefty is there, and
Like, Lefty has a reason to be there, though, because I think Matt Pat theorized that he was created to trap the puppet, which he
oh,
had, which
I know, but
Lefty has.
I know, but my question is that like Lefty and Springtrap are in the same vicinity, and Lefty doesn't try to attack Springtrap or Scrap Trap because he killed her. I'm like, and I just don't understand. Lefty tries to kill Michael despite not having a reason to, but doesn't try to kill Scrap Trap who's in the same vicinity. Like I don't. It just doesn't
Well, at
make much.
least, yeah, but at least after that, the story's done. All the animatronic souls have been put at peace. Everything's gone. Everything's dead. William's dead. Michael's dead. Puppet's dead. Everyone's dead.
Yeah, it's like everyone dies. The end. That's literally what happens.
Yeah,
But another
everyone goes
thing,
on with their lives.
yeah, I was like, thank the Lord, it's finally over. I was so tired of everyone's shit, and Henry just said, fuck this shit. Bye, you're all done. Fuck off. Just fuck off, all of you. Well,
Stop
except
it!
to his
Don't
daughter.
push it.
Like, he
Give up
fought.
and die already.
Yeah.
Remember
But
that from
another.
Soccer at least, though. It's just like if Eggman gets like if you stay on for a little while. Eggman literally says that too. He's like, "Stop a little pincushion. Give up and die already." I'm like, "Damn, Eggman."
Definitely. It's just excuse me. It's just like that. Damn, it's raining out hard outside. But anyway,
Is it?
yeah. But anyway,
Anyway,
uh, but yeah,
now time for the cons.
yeah, the story. It's kind of weird, but it's not kind of not there in the game. Like you're just going through night by
It's
night.
just a pizzeria. It's just you managing a restaurant
Yeah, and then the story shows up at the end, and really the story only matters if you get the completion ending.
because of the ending.
Yeah,
Everyone burns.
yeah, and it, which is nice, but the game still
Yeah,
doesn't.
because we don't want them any more games.
Yeah, I was like, thank you, Scott, for ending it there. At least I hope you did.
Because I swear to Christ, if he's gonna make a FNAF 8 or some shit, I'm just gonna go to his house, tell him just stop. You
Yeah, I'm just like, stop, stop. You've already done as much as you could. Stop, stop. Everything good has to come
wrapped
to
up
an
the
end.
story. You wrapped up the story. Baby and everyone else is burned. Enough.
Yeah, definitely. Um, damn, it really is pouring out there. But anyway,
Jesus.
yeah. But another
All
thing
right.
is that the game just doesn't really answer most questions. Like it just
All thing it really does answer is like what happens to William, Elizabeth, and Michael.
and who the puppet was. Like it that's really all
Yeah.
it like it didn't really I can't think of anything else it answered, and the mini games are still as obscure as ever. Like
Especially with Candy Cadet though, because I remember you kept trying to get him to tell him the story, but what how's he exclaim? Come to Candy Cadet again, and I may tell you a story.
yeah, yeah, I honestly didn't know how to get a story out of him. And honestly, I don't
Candy,
even know if his
Candy,
stories actually
Candy,
matter. But yeah, Candy, Candy, Candy. I'm like
Candy, Candy.
creepy ass motherfucker. And of course, this game left more questions than answers. Cause yeah, we still don't know about the victims. I would think we'd know at this point, but we don't.
Yeah, if you're supposed to be wrapping up everything, maybe explain who they are besides a picture of a bunch of gravestones.
Yeah, like Scott, like we need to know more about these victims. Like you could have had the chance to do. You've had the chance to do this for the past several games, and you have not done that. We know more about William and his family than about the victims, who really are the most important people at this point, and we don't know
You're
anything
more
about them.
you're more focusing on the murderer and the murderer's family.
Yeah, I'm just like, really? I mean, I don't
Like,
mind you.
What's the story about? The murderer or the kids? I really can't tell.
Yeah, it's like Scott, what are you doing? Like, did you forget? Did you lose track of what was originally important? I mean, granted, I'm fine if you focus a bit on the murderer and his family, but like the victims, they matter. Don't forget about
Yeah,
them. Like, just like the only victims we do know about are Elizabeth and the crying child. That's it. Everyone else is just there.
and Michael and Elizabeth is are the only two people that we know
Yeah,
about.
it's just like this
Yeah,
this game could have wrapped up everything nicely, like explained some things. I don't think that would have been hard because you're wrapping everything up, and it didn't do that. So sad face. Okay,
yeah.
let us.
So let's move to FNAF World.
Oh, I have a lot to say about this game. Okay, so
I think it's all right.
yeah, me
Not the
too.
not the best, not the worst. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I agree. Like, it's not the best RPG I played, but it's not the worst.
Kingdom Hearts is a lot. Kingdom Hearts does a lot better.
It does. And Final Fantasy too, because there are some
Yeah,
flaws with this game, but at least it has a lot of characters to choose from. And they're
yeah.
all some of them are unique, some of them are just better versions of
There.
others. Some are just stupid to use. Period. Um, and
I never really played much of this game, to be honest.
oh, I see.
Like I
I've
never
actually,
really beat it, but I've seen like endings about it.
yeah, like I actually do. I've played the game quite a bit. I played normal mode, and I'm trying to finish up hard mode. And yeah, it's I like it a lot, but I do
Yeah,
have and the accessories, like this game does accessories differently. Like instead of ribbons, you have chips that give you bonuses
yeah.
or
Chips are gigs, I think what they're called.
like just
Bits, maybe. I don't
yeah, just
remember.
chips and bytes. Like bytes are the monsters that
Bytes, that's
help
it.
you.
Bytes it.
Yeah, and
And you
chips
got
like
like little, yeah, like for bytes, you got little flies or UFOs and
or reapers that can insta kill
or
enemies.
reapers.
Yeah. So that I thought all that was interesting. But there are some glaring problems with this game. Now, when this game was first released, it was a
Yeah.
hot ass mess. It was a
Too many.
hot
Like, it was Sonic 06 bad with loading times.
yeah. Like I mean, of course there are updates, but the game still does have issues like the loading times. Do we need that many loading times in the game? Like when you're
Like it,
getting
like I said, this is the Sonic 06 of loading times.
it is like except it's just like when you go to an item shop, like if you visit Lolbit to get an item, and you leave or go to Dee Dee's fishing game or whatever, any character you go to, and then you're done
You have to
talking to
sit through a
them,
loading time.
yeah, a loading screen. And if you're going to change your party or your chips or your bytes, loading screen. I'm like, we don't
It's
need
like
that many.
it's like if it's like if you're playing Sonic 06 and you decide to go to the shop, and then there's a fucking loading screen.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, they're not too long, but they're still long and they're numerous, and it's just really annoying.
Yeah.
And of course, the items they cost way too much in this game.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like you look at the items when you're first playing the game, and you're like, how am I gonna afford this shit? Like you'd have to grind
Yeah.
for hours just
Some are like 250 tokens, and you got to do that by defeating numerous freaking enemies just trying to get that many tokens.
yeah. And if for the really powerful ones, like they're like 5,000 or even like 9,999 or something like that. I'm just like, really? Like
And I'm pretty
that's
sure, like, heck, for Kingdom Hearts standards, I could spend like maybe 1,000 money on a shield for Goofy and Donald.
yeah. And but in this game, like you spend 5 times that amount. I'm just like, what the fuck? That's too much.
Like, if I look at that, I'll probably like, fuck this shit. I'm going back to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
like,
so all right,
yeah. Kingdom Hearts just
let's get the shield for Goofy, and let's get this better staff for Donald.
yeah. The items in Kingdom Hearts are much more reasonably priced. You just grind, buy shit, and you're done. This
Heck,
game,
even especially like Dream Dog distance, so like when I'm getting like drop me nuts, they're really not that expensive. I got over like almost 99 drop me nuts.
yeah. It's just like even Final Fantasy games are better about this too. Like, and they still have some overpriced items, but not nearly as
Yeah,
obnoxiously overpriced as this game. I'm just like, you by
FNAF
the
World.
yeah.
Ugh.
And this game doesn't really take that long to complete. So by the time you complete the game, you're not gonna get these items anyway, because they're just too expensive.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now time for the stats.
which don't really matter all that much. Like the game at the party screen, the game can show you the stats of each character, but you only get to see the level, the EXP, and what HP? I can't remember, but it's not much.
Like any other time you want stats, you gotta go get chips and shit to get them.
Yeah, like it's just like this.
Again, Kingdom Hearts does leveling up systems way better.
Yeah, like I don't think the levels even matter that much in this game because some of the enemies can just take you out really easily in a few hits. So even if you try to heal or like get some accessories, It just doesn't really matter unless you have somebody who can revive your party. Like the stats just don't really
Yeah.
seem to
So
matter
so
all
it,
that.
so from what I've seen, a lot of the time people just kept Chica in the party just to for the healing stats.
Yeah, and then they would, yeah, and then even then she becomes obsolete because you have metapods that can do the same thing
Yeah.
automatically, and then you just rely on Funtime Fox, your crying child, to revive the party, or Shadow Bonnie, or the coffee pot. Like I'm just like, so
A coffee
Chica,
pot?
yeah, like from one of Scott's old games, like he added these extra characters, the Halloween characters. The coffee pot is one of them, and of course Scott himself, the final boss, is also one of them.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I've heard about the Scott Cawthon one.
yeah, but yeah, the stats they just don't really matter all that much. And another thing that's really stupid and that should have been fixed. Like this problem was present in the update, but it was even worse because before the updates you had attacks, but you couldn't really see what they did. Like there weren't any descriptions. And I'm just like, really?
Like
Like,
some of them are really obvious looking, like pizza wheel. Like, yeah, you're just showing a wheels of pizza.
but others, you you just have to throw it at the enemy and see what, or at yourself and see what happens. And after the update, he did add those, but only during battles. You can't see them like during the party screen. You can't see what these attacks do. Only during battle. I'm just like,
Like an enemy's attacking me, and you want me. I can't really focus on like what do these skills do?
yeah. Like you won't even have enough time to read them if the battle's that fast paced because it's active time battle. The enemies don't stop. They don't wait for you. So, which would be fine. Like, except that brings me to another
Like
problem.
like Final Fantasy does that a lot better though. Like you can actually see what an attack does during
Yeah,
or after during or before battle. You can see what each attack does. Kingdom
and it,
Hearts, again, same thing.
yeah, exactly. Those games are just better RPGs because they get the formula right. Like this game, it just misses the mark on some things, and
Like
this is
it's like Scott's first attempt trying to make an RPG,
yeah,
but
and he's
you
made
see
some
clearly see
before.
it flop.
Yeah, I'm just like Scott, no. Like I can't even see what my attacks do outside of battle. You have to memorize what they do so that you don't waste time looking at them during battle. I'm just like Scott, why?
The Scott stick to horror games and
Yeah,
nothing else, just
just
horror.
just horror. Your first few games didn't really do all that well anyway. Not to shade, but
Yeah,
it's true.
yeah. I was about to say like some of those first few games people criticize because the characters look like creepy animatronic looking characters, which kind of inspired him to create FNAF to begin with.
Yeah, horror was really his calling. RPGs,
Yeah,
no.
no.
And another thing, as I was like, active time battle bar. Like you know how RPGs have this bar that shows you when your character can act, right? So that you can get ready for so that you can get your actions done right away. FNAF World doesn't
Yeah,
have that. You're just standing there waiting until some prompt shows up, and I'm just like, how am I supposed to know who's gonna come next? Like,
yeah.
and so
It's
and
completely randomized.
yeah, and sometimes like at first the characters will go in order of those how you set them, and then they'll just go out of order. I'm just like, oh, okay, I can't tell who's faster than the other. I can't tell whose turn is up. What's going on? I mean, it's not too big an issue, but it's still pretty annoying, especially for people who play the game for the first time. Like, and another thing, farming like the most powerful characters like you find more characters by just random encounters. This is a
Yeah,
horrible system. This is an absolutely horrible system because you could be grinding for hours and not have anyone show up or having people show up too much at one time. And like I'm still trying to find Spring Bonnie. She's the last character I need to and I'm just like I'm grinding in this
yeah. You can't
area.
find her.
Yeah, and I can't find it. It's irritating. Even when I run from every battle, and there's a chip that makes running more successful, and a chip that makes finding characters more successful. Even with those two chips, I still can't find her. I mean, I found
Yeah,
her like for my cousin when on her computer, but on my computer, I still can't find her. So it or him or whatever. Like it's just why Scott?
I think it's probably he maybe I don't know.
Yeah. It's just like, why not just do it? Why not just have characters unlocked with side quests? What, or at least have them join your party at some point. Like, just why do it this way? That's a horrible system. Like,
Like when you say they give Spring Bonnie's a he or she, kind of reminds me of like with like Funtime Foxy kind of thing, where it's
or
like it's set
Mangle.
in the game or Mangle.
Yeah,
Well, we know Mangle's a girl,
yeah.
but like FNAF sister location with Funtime Foxy,
We don't really
the
know.
game says it's a she, and but in Ultimate Custom Night it's a he.
Yeah, it's just,
Like its desk quotes are male voices.
it's just
But yeah,
Scott trolling us.
like Scott, pick a gender for your animatronics. Can't say
Y-
it's a she that automatically turn into a he.
Yeah, and I'm just like with Mangle, he said, "Okay, everyone, here's Mangle's gender. The answer is yes." I'm just like, okay.
What do you mean yes?
Like, is it a boy or is Mangle a boy or a girl? Yes. What? Yes. Uh, so it could be either?
but yeah, then he confirmed there was a she. Even in her death quote in Ultimate Custom Night, it's a she.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Like you're gonna have to pick a gender at some point, unless you don't give a voice to that character. Then,
So
um,
yeah.
sorry.
Oh
Like,
God, I heard that.
yeah, it's really bad outside. Glad my sister made it in before it got even worse.
Oh
Um,
boy.
but
All
oh, and
right. So
another.
now. Oh,
Oh,
oops.
yeah, one more thing. The character balancing in this game, it's just fucking atrocious. Like, like the game has it so that like when you unlock the more powerful characters, you replace them. You replace the original characters, which is fine. But even with that in mind, the characters themselves are still all horribly balanced. Like
Yeah.
like Withered Chica, who you get her like later, like mid game or early, like late early game or so. She's still worse than Toy Chica, which who you start out with, and I'm just like, really? And some characters are just fucking horrible or useless, like the Marionette or Toy Freddy. I'm just like, and the Halloween characters, well, they're always meant to be overpowered. You unlock them by doing mini games, but not including them, like even with that in mind, the character balancing is still horrible because you're never gonna use anybody like towards the top of the screen. You're just not. They're all too weak to be useful. But the characters towards the bottom, those are the ones you use. Which makes me wonder why you have that many characters in the game. Like, oh, well, just use this character for a moment. Oh, now switch to this character. Oh, now switch to this character. I'm just like, just why not just have characters, a smaller set of characters that you can develop? Like, why that many characters? It's just this doesn't make much sense to me. And of course, this game barely has a story. You're just
Yeah.
trying to.
What's the story? Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I just put none because I mean, it has a story. It's just barely there.
It,
It's not really.
yeah. It's not even like canon to the others.
Yeah, like you're just trying to find out what's causing glitches and monsters to appear, and then you beat the final boss, and that's it. Okay.
Like Scott originally intended to make it canon, but he didn't turn out well, so he
That
just
was
decided to make it non-canon.
that was probably the one time where he actually did the timeline a favor.
So yeah, FNAF World not canon. Let's move
Yeah.
on.
Okay. Ooh,
FNAF 7,
ultimate. Yep,
or
ultimate
should I
custom
say,
night.
Ultimate Custom Night.
Yes.
The last game in this entire series.
Yes, definitely. The pros.
Thank God.
Yep, I know. Like the game series has gone on long enough. I just wish I had
Gone
gone
way too
into
long.
to
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I just wish I had gone into it when it came out. Like, but yeah, better late than
Yeah.
never. So, um, the pros. The gameplay. It's an interesting spin because you're combining all the mechanics in a way from the previous games and then putting them here. So, and with some
Yeah.
changes. And of
Yeah.
course, I like.
I like how you can customize all the animatronics to whatever you want.
Yeah, like you can just turn them all off or turn some on, and there are challenges and rewards so that like it's a lot of replay value. So yeah, you could do whatever you want in that because it's highly customizable, of course.
Yeah,
But of course, it's too
there are some
much.
cons.
Yeah, it's too much. Even if you do get the right strategy by death queening Funtime Foxy and doing like Docos and DJ Stir strategies, it's still too
Yeah,
much.
but one of the biggest cons. Uh-oh, how unfortunate.
This bitch.
Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing to put a contender in the ring.
This bitch. I
Dee
hate. Yeah, Dee Dee. Or it really should be spelled Deeee, but whatever. I fucking hate this bitch because she'll ruin your practice runs. I'm like, I don't want you here. Why are you here?
Or should I say DB for dumb bitch.
Yeah. Dumb bitch. Just fuck. Just I hate her so much because when she spawns someone, you often won't know who it is, and then I just it's irritating. Like, of course, there are power-ups to turn her off, but again, they're limited.
Exactly. Again, yeah, because if you die, DB's gonna come back.
Yeah, it's just irritating. And
Yeah,
sometimes she
that
won't
DB
spawn anyone, but
yeah, it's very rare that she won't spawn anybody.
yeah. Like she's like, oh, I'm just trolling you this time. It's like, oh, 10% of the time, sure. Not even 10%, I bet. But that's still, fuck that bitch.
As we see in that one animation I showed you, with the guy pistol whipping her and then
Yeah,
shooting her.
yeah, he just slaps her. She shows up and then she says, how boom! And then she just cries. I'm like, thank you so much. And then he just shoots her. I'm like,
And
yes.
then you see Freddy in the background.
Yeah, like Freddy claps. I'm like, even
Even
the
Freddy
other
wants this girl dead.
even the other animatronics don't like her. Just fuck her. And of course, but another thing that's bad besides Dee Dee is she's essentially a part of this, but I want to emphasize this separately because Scott really seems to like RNG. I don't know why. He just does. Random number generator elements are just in the game, which gets really frustrating because Toy Freddy and Funtime Foxy are among the biggest issues for people in
Yeah,
Ultimate Custom Night. Because
yeah,
Funtime,
it's weird
oh,
because
go
Toy
ahead.
Freddy's a freaking gamer.
Yeah, you have to make sure that he doesn't get jump scared, which can be ranged from really not hard to just fucking difficult because because Mr. Hugs is all over the fucking place, and I just hate him. Like once I recall, like I was checking on him regularly, and when I went back to check on him, it said game over, and I was like, fuck. And then he jump scares me seconds later. I'm like, I was gonna check on you. I hate you.
Oh, Mr. Hugs got me again.
It's like if I get jump scared, you get jump scared. Fuck you. Fuck you,
Fuck you,
you
you
piece.
fat piece of shit.
Yeah, just fuck you. Like you're just because you didn't matter in FNAF 2 doesn't mean you have to take that out on me.
Like, you don't
Like,
need to be a gamer.
yeah. And just because you're shitty in FNAF World doesn't mean that you have to take that out on me too. Like,
Oh,
just
this game is rigged.
like no, you just suck. I'm sorry. And it's a simple
Oh.
game. I'm like, I don't have to help you. Why am I even helping you? You can do it yourself. Like, fuck you. And Funtime Foxy. Mm. I've yet to see anybody beat 50-20 mode without death queening him. Because you have to see, like, he has a showtime at a certain hour. Like, every hour corresponds to exactly 45 seconds. And you have to calculate
Yeah.
exactly when to see him. And if you don't see him
If
at that
not,
right, he'll jump scare
if
you if you
not,
don't see him at the
yeah,
right
you're dead.
moment. Like,
And now we also got the Sesame Street rejects from FNAF 6.
yeah.
Orville, Mr. Hippo, Happy Frog, and Ned Bear.
Yeah, and Pig Patch, I forgot about him. See,
And Pig Patch.
that's how unimportant he is. Like I forget him.
Pig, Pig Patch kind of reminds me of like Sam Elliott.
Ah, Pig
Don't he?
Patch.
Just the voice. He kind of sounds like Sam Elliott.
Yeah, he does. Like, but yeah, they're all Sesame Street rejects. That's like Happy Frog is just Freddy Fazbear, not but not
I
as
love her, Freddy Fazbear. Happy Frog is sorry.
yeah. I'm like, girl, no, sorry, Freddy's the star of the show. Sorry.
Yeah. And Mr. Hippo bores you out with his freaking long ass story.
Like yeah, like I recall once, like I was playing this game with my cousin, and I was like, I died from him by accident, and then I was like, is this really happening right now? Is he really like, what the fuck? I can't quit. What the fuck? I was like, oh my god, I don't want to listen to this. I mean, you have a nice voice, but I don't want to listen to this. I'm just like,
Where's the skip button?
I'm like, yeah, like there theoretically should be one, but of course it doesn't really work. And
Yeah.
fucking and Orville. Mm. Orville. Okay, now think about this. Toy Freddy and Orville actually did cause some problems for Dako when he tried to do 50-20 mode because they're that obnoxious. Orville, you have to you can use either the audio lure or the heater to hold him back, but the audio lure doesn't work on him a lot of the time, so you have to use the heater. And the problem with
Okay.
that is that he can still like run loose if you don't set the heater on fast enough. And compare that, and you have to do other shit too. So like with Happy Frog, it's not a problem. You just put that audio lure in one place and she'll stay there. And because she doesn't move with the heater, you don't have to worry about her. But everyone else, especially Ned Bear and Orville, fucking they just won't stay put. But the other three do. And of course Nightmarion, you don't have
Yeah.
your cursor over him.
Like,
You
who's that stupid to keep the cursor over him?
yeah. Cause like you have to click around like him, and that gets really annoying and so frustrating. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, right. Another thing about Funtime Foxy. Another thing that makes him really, really aggravating is that he can actually show up he can actually have his showtime come at 6 a.m. That's not something you want to do if you're trying to
Yeah,
last.
that's
That can really kill you. And that and I can see why people death coin him because he's just too much. It may be possible to beat it with him, but it's going to be extremely difficult. Like beating the mode itself is hard enough. Imagine putting Funtime Foxy in. It's just that's just bullshit. But of course, any other annoying characters I can think of, or you can think of?
um. Oh, the Rockstar Gang.
Oh my fucking god.
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
Or in my voice, please deposit 5 coins. Or something like that.
Or that SpongeBob joke I put in there before. Put the 5 coins in the bag.
That was
Put
funny.
it in. All right, give me the money.
I was like, sir, you have $0 and 0 cents in your balance. Shit. What else was I gonna say about Funtime? Oh yeah, Funtime Freddy also, if you use a heater on him, he'll say, "You are attempting to trick Freddy."
Wait, did he? Does he?
Yeah, like if
I
you can
don't
use a
remember.
heater on him to make him malfunction, and he'll say that, and then he'll say, "Thank you for depositing 5 coins." But it depends on like the temperature that you have to have the office at to in order to kind of get him to shut up is random a bit. So yeah, that's what he's.
God.
And of
And
course
then
there's
Rockstar
oh
Chica.
this
Well,
bitch.
she's afraid of a freaking yellow wet floor sign.
Yeah, like just put it on the right spot and she won't bother you.
Like,
Like
what does that thing do to her that makes her that afraid?
I don't know. Like does she slip automatically when she gets near it? Like what's wrong with I don't get it. Is she afraid of wet floors? Like they're not really that hard to traverse.
Yeah, I've been through some of the stores around here.
Like it's not this bitch. And Rockstar Foxy. Oh my god.
Arr, who touched my bird?
Yeah, like the higher his AI level is, like the less likely he'll be able to help you out. And then when he decides to kill you instead of helping you, he's like, you win some, you lose some. And then he kills you. I'm just like
So,
asshole.
like when he is helpful though, he'll give you like some things like restore some of your power
Or
and
cool down the
turn down,
temperature.
yeah,
Or make you soundproof. Or give
or make
you
you soundproof.
yeah, or give you coins. Like those are the four things he can do.
But there are rare occasions though where he'll like, well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, and then he just kills you. I think that happened to me once. I was like, oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, that was a Markiplier too. He's like, okay, I'm never clicking on you again.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I just don't click on him unless I really, really have to. But of course, I'm not gonna do it on 50/20 because that's too much of a gamble.
God, I don't even want to imagine how Dako beat that.
How? Like, you have so much shit to do. Like, even like, granted, they optimized Daco and DJ Sturf optimized the strategy so that you only have to focus on some things, but still, that's a lot to do.
Like when I've watched the highlight of that bit, he was crying when he.
Yeah, because it took him so long to beat it. I was like, he was so frustrated because Toy Freddy, Orville, Funtime Foxy, others kept killing him, and then he's like, he finally did it, and I was like,
He
yas,
was
Daco.
he was like in tears.
He was like he's just very high strung, and he was so happy when he finally beat it. He was crying. I was like, damn,
Oh
that game
man.
that game must have driven you crazy. And DJ Surf's like, cool, but Douglas like, ow. And DJ Surf commented on it. He was like, yeah, Doco's much more high strung than I am. Of course he would. Like he was just really in tears. I was like,
I'm like,
yeah.
geez, man, are you okay?
And of course, and it wasn't just about the game. He also had a bet with Scott, so that was also part of it. But still,
There's another thing he did though when he did it blindfolded.
yeah, I was
How
like,
the how do you do that?
yeah, I'm just like, mm-mm, because
No.
Nightmarion, he's probably gonna be the big. That's the biggest problem there because you're not gonna know where to click. Like,
Cause I think that's what killed Dako too. Like when he was just doing it, like he accidentally clicked on Nightmare on it, it killed him.
I'm just like you can't do it blindfolded unless everything's sound based. You can't do it blindfolded. You just can't. Or if you'd have to be really no, even with luck, no, you still can't do it. It's just not impossible. It's just not possible. It's just
Yes, no, couldn't
yeah.
do it. I need my eyes.
Let's see. And right.
The
Well, that's
story,
yeah.
the story is based just William after his actions in hell, suffering for what he's done.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
That's
yeah.
it.
That's pretty much it. And although the characters themselves have some interesting voice lines.
Yeah, some of them actually have like unique dialogue when they
Yeah,
kill you.
and others are just obnoxious.
Heck, some of the Sesame Street rejects actually do have hidden dialogue.
Yeah, like sometimes they'll be all goofy, other times they'll be really serious and dark. Like Ned
Like
Bear, like
if you listen carefully though in the background, you can actually hear Baby,
yeah, I'm just
like
like,
Baby's
what the
voice.
fuck?
Like Happy Frog, this is not you.
Yeah, and I was thinking the same thing with Ned Bear. I was like, he said, "I'll keep you here forever and ever and ever." And I was just like, "Oh my God!" And I hear another voice in the background. I'm just like, "Shit,
Oh, you
this
know
got
what?
dark."
How does it feel to be killed by a non-rated secondary character?
Like he's so rednecky and at the same time so scary with that. Yeah, I can see
Like,
why they're called mediocre melodies because they are mediocre.
because I think Orville has one, Ned Bear, Happy Frog, maybe
Yeah,
Pickpatch.
yeah. And Mr. Hippo just, you know him
Mr. Hippo
already.
just does the same shit. Bores you to death.
Yeah, he's like, you have met a terrible fate. Although to be honest, I don't feel that bad about it because somebody else would have done it anyway. So shit happens. But anyway, let me tell you a story.
Let me tell you about this time where me and Orville went on a picnic and shit.
I'm just like, I don't want to
So,
hear this.
so now we get down to our final. part of this rant.
Oh my god. Okay, let me
The
see if I
the
can.
the Daco stream.
Oh, okay. Let's talk
The
about the
Daco
interview.
interview.
Yeah, let's talk about the interview
Oh,
first.
oh, good Christ! It was awful.
It really was.
It
Rant.
was boring. It was awful. Uh, like me and Tuna literally sat through 10 minutes of this guy, Daco fangirling and Scott rambling about nonsense for 10 minutes, and we just clicked off.
Yeah, like it's just I tried to listen, but I just ended up zoning out, and I'm just like, oh shit. Let me try listening again, and I'm just like, no, I'm bored. And my cousin, who's even more of a fan than I am of this series, she got bored too, and I'm just like,
It's like, okay,
wow.
let's see what. Okay, I'm done. Let's see
Yeah,
what Markiplier's up to today.
yeah. Although in our case, we just watched Game Theory. I was like, so like we just got bored because Scott's not really saying anything interesting. Like he's just going off on things. I'm
Like he's dodging the questions that Daco's asking him, while
yeah.
Daco's sitting there squealing like a fangirl.
I'm just like, Daco, it's not really that exciting. He's just rambling about shit that either we already know about or that we didn't need to know about. Like when he and his children got jump scared and had nightmares, I'm like, I don't really care because you already talked
We
about
already
this.
we already know about this.
Yeah, some people don't, but many people do at this point. So I'm like, talk to us about something else, like some interesting trivia of the game, like just not this shit.
I've actually been watching this one series called 107 Facts About This. They did one a FNAF that was way more interesting.
Yeah, like I just yeah, Scott's just not really saying anything. Like he takes too long to get to the point. He's talking about crap that we don't care about, like how long it took him to model the animatronics. I don't care.
We got the little bonus features in FNAF 4 and onward showing shit about that. So thank
Yeah, like the games themselves tell us more than you ever. And the question dodging. Ooh, let me see if I can play that video. Cause oh my god, I am so fucking. I if I had been watching up to that point, I probably would have clicked off at that point because that's just so fucking irritating. Let me see if I can play it. Hold up. Cause oh my god, it is just ridiculous. Okay,
damn.
let's see. Okay, so now let me see if I can make this. Can I make this? Hold up. Okay, yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Let me
And
go. Let me skip 5 seconds before. Okay, here we go.
yeah, like I said, I think those are probably some of my favorite characters of the series.
So here's an interesting one, which I don't know if you're gonna answer or not. So in night 4, when we're inside the suit, a lot of people wanted to know whose suit is that.
Whose suit is that? I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to answer that for you.
That's fine.
That's gonna have to remain.
That is not fine.
Any memory
Oh wait. Hold up. One more.
or
Hold
Oh,
on.
I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to answer that. Oh, that's fine. It is not fine. God damn it.
Oh yeah, and look at Dockle's reaction to that. Like look again. Like look again.
I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to answer that for you.
That's fine.
That's gonna,
Like,
that's
look at
gonna
his-
have to remain a topic.
look at
of
his-
discussion.
Yeah,
Like-
he's,
Any
he's so
memories or
fucking
favorite
giddy.
moments?
Yeah, like he says, "Oh, that's fine. That's fine." I'm like, "Yeah, as you said, it's not fine." You guys went through you reviewed all these
dodged
questions.
a question.
Yeah, you went through all these questions together, like thinking Scott was actually going to answer, or at least give a hint on it. He doesn't. He's like, I'm not going to do it after all. I'm like, that's so inconsiderate. Especially
That's not fine, Daco. That's
Yeah.
not okay.
I actually think he was hiding his frustration actually, because I think if you look, you see that he was actually trying to. I think he might have been trying to stifle his frustration. He's like, "Oh, that's fine." I'm like, we can sense that it's actually not. Like,
Like zooming on his face, you see his like his eye twitch. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
yeah, like in this screenshot, like this still frame right here, you can see it. Like he's like, "This motherfucker." It's not fine. You dodged a question that you approved. That's so inconsiderate.
Oh.
Why didn't you take it? Why didn't you, if you don't want to answer it, why didn't you tell him that before you did the interview? That would have saved us all. Some people were annoyed by this. I'm just like, Scott, stop
Thank
doing
God
that.
it's not just us.
Yeah, it's not just us. Like, I'm like, that's such a dick move. I'm sorry, but like,
Like heck, his interview with the guy who plays Funtime Freddy was a lot shorter than this.
and even with
That's like
that,
only about it's only about 30 minutes. That's cut down like almost half of this entire hour-long video.
shit, this is like what, an hour 30 minutes? So like a third of what this video is. Holy shit.
That that's the amount of the Funtime Freddy interview. And at
This
least that was
is
actually pretty funny with his imitation of him.
yeah, like just oh my god, like even with that annoying question dodge out of the way, I'm still mad about that. Like the interview itself is just too long. It could have been cut in half. Like because Scott just takes way like they were actually supposed to have a shorter interview, but again, Scott rambled, so he ended up spending like what over 10 minutes on talking about the first game. I'm just like, holy shit. Like 15 minutes or so, I can't remember, but like you don't. It was supposed to be 7 minutes. Like,
Yeah, 7 minutes, my ass.
yeah, like that's way too much. Oh my god, like okay. Now there were a few interesting parts. Like I like when he admitted that he made FNAF 4's story way too confusing. But other than those
Yeah.
parts, he just I'm just like I don't care, Scott. Or I'm trying really hard to listen, Scott, but I can't. I don't want to be mean, but I was expecting like okay, we knew he wasn't going to answer lore questions, but who knows? He still might have interesting things to say about the games. We didn't get those. There was nothing interesting. Like I'm just I expected something exciting. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to watch this." No, I'm
I
not.
was so excited too. I was
Yeah,
excited too. It was like as soon as I saw there was nothing but random bullshit, I was like, oh, are you freaking kidding me?
yeah, I'm just like, I don't care, Scott. I'm sorry, I
Let,
don't
let,
care.
let, let's see if there's anything else interesting on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm sorry, I just need to click off of this. So I'm just gonna watch some game theory. Like, even with the messy lore, at least their videos are much more entertaining than this. And I'm like, Daco's just fangirling through the whole thing. I'm like, you can sit and listen to this man talk? I can't. Like, if I were doing the interview, I would probably zone out. I'm like, oh shit, sorry. Are we on the next question?
Exactly. Like me and you could do an interview, and you know how long? But that would probably take
No
15
more than
minutes at most.
yeah. 30 minutes if we wanted to add more stuff. That's just way too long. 90 minutes for one that wasn't even an interview. That was just two people talking.
For an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's just a conversation, which would have been fine if it was advertised like that in the first place, but it wasn't. It was should have been an interview, but it wasn't. Or at least it wasn't much of one. So, and Daco had a
So
lot of patience. He really did.
I would not have a lot of patience.
Yeah, me neither. Especially with that question dodge. I'm so mad about that.
It's like, dude, answer the question. Quit
Yeah,
dodging. It is not fine, Daco. Open your
yeah,
eyes and realize that.
yeah. It's not fine. Like he approved this question and then he changes his mind at the last moment. I'm just like, how are you gonna do that
You
to Daco?
stupid.
Yeah, like Daco was all excited and then I'm just like, oh my god, how could you do that to him? You got him all excited and now he's disappointed. And I'm just like, and I'm just, oh my god. But was there something else I was gonna say? I can't remember about the
Neither
interview.
can I.
Shit. But yeah,
It's fine.
overall it was just
It was too
wasn't.
long, boring, and Scott rambled and Daco fangirled. And
Yep.
Scott dodged questions.
Yeah, like I can understand why he wouldn't be able to answer the FNAF 3 question because who like we don't like it's an ambiguous ending, but the sister location suit, honestly, just leave it out if you're not gonna answer it. Like don't be
Exactly.
don't be inconsiderate. And there was something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, would it kill Scott to confirm some things about the lore, like because he keeps refusing to answer anything except for the
Like
ones that people really,
least like confirm what MatPat's been theorizing.
yeah, like give us at least hints. Tell us what we got. I mean, he's been doing this for the first three games. Like he said, oh wow, people got everything right, but then after a while he's like, I'm just gonna fuck it, let people figure it out themselves. And I'm just like, dude,
No,
give us
your series is
pieces.
over.
Yeah, like give
Your
us
series,
piece. Just like FNAF lore. The FNAF lore is supposed to be a puzzle. But okay. Now this is I compare this with Kingdom Hearts because Kingdom Hearts has a complex storyline like FNAF, except that you can still
it's
piece
pulled
together.
off better.
Yeah, you can piece together everything. The game doesn't tell you everything. It doesn't need to, but you can piece together everything yourself. With FNAF started off like that, but then after the third game, it just the pieces are all over the place and you can't put it together. And some pieces are just outright missing. I'm just like, okay.
Like Kingdom Hearts, like for some people, they didn't like the whole thing with like in Dream Dog distance. But I can actually understand it perfectly. Like Xehanort lied to the organization, saying like, "Oh, they're gonna get hearts," but in reality, he was planning to make them Xehanort vessels.
Yeah, like Kingdom Hearts is just not it's not too hard to follow if you take the time to try to analyze everything. But FNAF, honestly, I'm just like I can't. That's just the most messily written lore I've ever seen. I no even Matt Pat can't put that shit together perfectly. I'm just because it's just
He
so
even he
messy.
even he even waved the white flag in one of his episodes, saying like he's given up this shit. Like
Yeah, and I'm like Matt, no, don't give up because you feel you can't do it. Give up because you can't. You actually can't do it. And don't give the FNAF lore credit more credit than it deserves. It's messy. It was great at first, but then it was messy. It became Scott just got messier over time. Like it's just no. Just this lore. I'm just glad the series is ending soon.
thank God.
Yeah, I'm just so
You
tired
know,
of Scott doing crap like this.
like the lore in like Bendy and the Ink Machine, that's a lot more understandable because again, it's one game.
Yeah, like you can do mystery just fine. But FNAF doesn't do mystery very well at all because Scott just straight out doesn't tell you anything you need to know. And in FNAF 6, where you're supposed to at least get some closure, you barely get any.
Again, another thing, Little Nightmares, great game, great lore. Again, one game, and its lore was pretty much pieced together in the DLC.
But this the FNAF lore is still in pieces. Just, and I was like, I don't think anyone's gonna put that shit back together. I don't even think it was together at one point. It was start off a fragmented mess, and I think it's just gonna stay that way until Scott goes back through every single game and cleans it up. Because so far he
Yeah,
hasn't done
yeah.
that, and I'm
If he does do like remasters and shit about with FNAF, let's just hope he can actually clean up the story a little bit, make it seem a little bit more understandable.
yeah, because like like the games 4 to 6 just gave you useless information. They would give you information, but it doesn't help you solve anything, and it just raises more questions than answers. And
And then FNAF World and Ultimate Custom Night were just there.
they just don't really matter. Um, I just the lore is just fucking. Some people actually gave up after Sister Location. That's how bad it is. Like
Yeah.
Scott even acknowledged this, and I'm just like, yeah, you fucked up. You fucked up. Just I'm just annoying. I mean, it's just annoying. Like you clarify some shit for us. It's not like, and this cop out excuses like, oh, I can't do this because the fandom might not like the answer. Really?
That is like just because the fandom won't like doesn't mean a lot of people wouldn't.
Yeah, like that would actually help. That would actually help fix a lot of problems with the story. Confirm at least some things. It's not that hard, Scott. You're not gonna do a big reveal. It's just it's not gonna take that long. It's not that difficult. You're eventually going to have to piece together everything someday. You're going to have to. Eventually, the story will be solved, Scott. You can't make it go on forever. And making it more mysterious after the third game was a bad move on your part. Because you're just making it mysterious for the sake of being mysterious, not mysterious because it's good storytelling. And
Yeah.
unsurprisingly, yeah, and unsurprisingly, 4 became the first game where people didn't have all the answers. And Scott was like, oops. I'm like, yeah, you fucked up, man. And FNAF 6, you had a chance to fix everything in FNAF 6, and you didn't do that.
Like you only piece it together. Like what happens to the Afton family at the end? They burn.
Which is a satisfying ending, but it's still the
Yes.
floor is still in pieces. I'm just
Again, what happened to the children? What were the children's lives before?
yeah, like
How did the purple guy manage to freaking round him up into the back room, murder him, stuff him in the suits?
and what caused the purple guy to be even a murderous person in the first place? Like we don't know any of the. This is some of the important stuff that Scott hasn't even bothered expanding on. Oh, it's like oh we go to
this it's like oh the guy's a murderer because he's a murderer.
oh, yeah I was like oh okay oh, and that's it's a question that somebody made this good point online. That's a question that nobody seems to be asking. We don't know who he is or why he does what he does. He just does things, and I'm just okay. Okay, cool.
Again, with Kingdom Hearts wise, we know why Xehanort is trying to do the shit that he's doing. He's trying to create another Keyblade War.
Yeah, like all the villains in Kingdom Hearts have reasonable motivations. What if FNAF? What's the motivation? Like, I don't, I just, I don't know. Like, you had an opportunity to build, and you instead of expanding upon what works in the lore of what's been established, like after the third game, Scott's just been adding more and more things that did not need to be there, and the whole story has suffered for it because you're still leaving
Like people,
questions on.
because people are saying that Kingdom Hearts is doing the same thing. It's really not. It's still doing its one story really well.
Yeah, like at least Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, it's complicated, but at least you can follow it. You can't do the same with FNAF. What does what can FNAF doesn't have pieces. Kingdom Hearts has all the pieces. FNAF doesn't have any.
Plus, we got Kingdom Hearts 3 on its way in a few months. That's supposed to be tying everything back together. It's supposed to be ending Xehanort.
Oh, and hopefully it does hopefully it does that because FNAF 6 sure as hell didn't. So.
Because it says it's the end of the Xehanort saga, meaning we're going to be finishing off Xehanort for good.
Yeah, I mean, at least Kingdom Hearts tries to, tie everything together. FNAF is just each game seems to do whatever the hell it wants, and you get a disjointed storyline. It's like, oh, wait, one more kid was killed. Oh, and then another kid. Oh, and then another one.
No, we got 5 more children that need to be killed now.
Oh, and another 7 over there. Oh, and there was also this guy. Oh, and this guy too.
We need about 20 more kids over there.
I'm just like, oh my God, Scott, what are you doing? You after the third game, you should have just stopped. Like, make games 4 to 6 their own continuity. You should have just stopped after the third game because that was a good conclusion. And then you just added what didn't need to be there. Like, you fixed what wasn't broken. Like, if games 4 to 6 were their own storyline, I think that'd be much better. That would have made more sense. But no, you just tie them into the games, and they don't even matter that much to the first 3 games. They're just there. They're just appendages. Like, God,
like I said, with Kingdom Hearts 3 was the end of Xehanort. And after that, they're going to be having different games in their own story.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts at least tries to remember what's been established. Because
like it's still gonna have Sora going around killing Heartless and nobodies and other kinds of enemies. But with the next few games after Kingdom Hearts 3, since it's gonna be ended Xehanort, we're gonna have new baddies that are gonna be trying to do some other horrible shit to the worlds.
Yeah, like it's Kingdom Hearts still has it builds upon what was previously established. Like it's still the same thing. I mean, granted, it still adds more things, but at least tries to tie everything in together. You, I think we just ripped this lore a new one to be honest, because it's just
it's a
Scott.
mess.
Yeah, Scott clearly was making things up as he went along, which is fine, but clearly he wasn't thinking too much about the consequences. Because
Of his actions.
I've seen so many Reddit posts just ripping the story apart. And like one post that said that FNAF 6 didn't answer most of the questions, and it didn't. It was
Yeah, it
supposed to
didn't.
yeah, and I'm just like, what did it answer other than the fact that the puppet was a girl and Henry's daughter, actually? Like it what did it answer? Nothing. Other than what happened to the animatronics. It doesn't it's just Scott, you had oh God. I think we've ripped into this. No. I just I think I'm just so frustrated with the lore at this point. Like Matt Pat, I don't blame you for giving up, but don't give this lore credit that it doesn't deserve because it's not well written. It's not. Because after the third game, Scott just stopped caring. I think he stopped caring to, you know, actually help the player figure out the whole puzzle. Like I'm just like, okay. Okay, cool. Like you just whatever. But yeah, I think that's how long have we been talking? We just ripped the lore a new one, talking about the good and bad points for 3 hours, which is probably more
Jesus.
interesting than Scott's interview. Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, I think
So
that's
yeah,
all
in
I can.
conclusion, FNAF's a mess. Scott, you really need to think things through.
Yeah, but at least the games are, you know, generally decent. It's just,
Yeah. It's
but the
just a story he really needs to improve on.
yeah, go back and clean that mess up. Clean that mess up. If I were a writer, I would do that. Just go back and look through everything, clean it up, and like still make it mysterious, but just, you know, clarify some things, retcon some things if you have to, because it's a hot mess.
Yeah,
Because
because like Scott, there are things called retcons for a reason. A lot of games do them.
yeah, and honestly, even if he did do retcons, he probably wouldn't use them all that well. So if I'm gonna be honest,
Because
because
I think Scott even said once that he only retconned one thing. Like,
wow, 10 out of 10. What was that thing he retconned anyway?
I don't remember.
See, that's
He,
how irrelevant it is. If you can't remember,
I have to watch a Map Pat video again to see what game he retconned.
like I think he's just letting Matt Pat do the work. He's like, fuck it, Matt Pat, you do the work.
Like
That's what I'm
you
getting.
saw my Dumbledore.
Yeah. Okay. I can't think of anything else to say about the series. I'm just
No,
annoyed with
neither can
Scott.
I.
Yeah, I'm just annoyed with Scott because he could very well clean up the lore and clarify some things. Not hard to do. He doesn't, and so people become really frustrated. And when they do come up with theories, Scott pulls a fast one and
Yeah,
discredits them.
he pulls a carbon under them.
Yeah, like I saw this one that was really good, aside from some few points by Animatronic, but then FNAF 6 came out, and her theory that um the mother was the puppet, it just went right out the window. I'm just like, why do you have to do that to the girl, Scott? Like she worked like that was 90 minutes worth of content, and you fucked it right up. Like her whole theory is now, well, not all of it, but I'm just like, God, Scott, are you like toying with people? Changing what's in the box over the last few years. Man, I think
Just because people wouldn't accept it that way.
doesn't
Like,
mean you
like,
should.
like a working theory right now, what me and you believe is that what's in the box is Michael.
Yeah, I'm just that's what I'm gonna believe at this point because I'm tired. I'm fuck it. That's what we're
I'm
gonna
tired
agree
too.
on. Just fuck it.
It's Michael. It's
Yeah,
Michael.
it's Michael. His pieces, whatever. It's him. His dismembered body. Just fuck it. Because I'm tired at this point. Like I see people saying, "Fuck it, I don't care." Like that theory I mentioned earlier. Fuck it, the mother's the puppet. I don't care. I'm tired. I don't care.
It's Markiplier's mustache. It's it.
Yeah, like the people are just getting tired. Like fuck it, just if you're not gonna tell us, we'll just stop. Cause
Let's start believing in our own.
yeah, and honestly, I personally want to go and rewrite the entire thing. I think like I'd have to play the games again to make sure I get everything, but I really want to go and rewrite the entire thing because it's a hot ass mess. Just, but honestly, even I don't think I have the patience to do that because there's just so he hit a lot of things in really stupidly obscure ways. And I'm just like, really, Scott? You think people are gonna figure this shit out? Oh,
Like you
okay.
gotta work, map path to death, just starting to theorize. Like this piece goes here, this piece goes there.
Yeah. Like he even admits that in the interview. He's like, "Oh, it was like a friendly antagonistic relationship. I would inconvenience him with my games. He would inconvenience me with his theories." And I'm like, that explains a lot. And MatPat gave up because you just because essentially you're just cheating at this point. I'm sorry. God, like he's just like screw the rules. I do what I want, and you just made the whole storyline a mess. And I'm just like, nope, sorry, not. And MatPat even had to go into the books, even though Scott originally said that
Yeah,
these books are the books and the game's supposed to be separate. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't know what to believe anymore. And oh, and another
neither do
thing,
I.
yeah, and another thing,
What?
the Freddy files. You
Yeah,
advertise the book as if it's gonna give people answers, and it doesn't.
it's just an activity book.
Yeah, it gives you some interesting theories, which is nice, but and of course tips on the games, but like you could have advertised it as a fan theory book and a strategy guide. Like did you made it seem as if the game was really the book was really going to reveal things when it didn't, except for a few things. But other than that, most of the time it didn't really tell you anything that you didn't already know or didn't really need to know. Like,
Yeah. Heck,
it's
even
like
certain like TV shows have like better, interesting lore. Like for example, Gravity Falls.
yes, exactly. It's just Scott.
Heck, I could watch Gravity Falls over and over again, and I would see a lot of interesting theories coming my way. And,
Yeah, like yeah, there are
and the,
some shows and games with better lore than this because Gravity Falls doesn't surprise me. A lot of people really like that, and I can see why. It's just, but Scott with FNAF, it started off great, and then Scott messed it
he
up.
fucked up.
I'm like, Scott, please, why? Please, you had the first three games right, and then you fucked up the story with after that. Please, Scott, please
At this
fix it.
at this very moment, Scott knew he
He
fucked
fucked
up.
up. But yeah, like, but yeah, basically, in conclusion, the storyline is a mess. The games are all right. The storyline is a mess. It just is.
Like, just go back, work everything out, Scott,
Yeah.
and maybe it might make it a better, interesting story.
Honestly, I
And
don't even think he can do that because,
quit working theorists like Matt Pat and that one girl you were just talking
yeah,
about to death.
animatronic to death. Yeah, because
And
they work so hard, and you just shit all over their theories. He's like, and he's I bet he's just laughing like in the sidelines, like, oh, nope, that's not right, or damn, they actually got that one. Let me change it, or something like that. I'm like,
like Scott even confirmed himself like some of Matt Pat's theories are actually right. And
yeah, and I'm just like, Scott, no, please don't do this to people because some people actually did quit, and I'm just laughing because I honestly think he deserved it because it's just pissing people off right now. But I think can't think of anything else to say about it because
no,
yeah,
no.
that's pretty much it. Story
Yep.
sucks, games are alright, you know.
Game's
Story could have
good,
been
story sucks.
yeah, the games could have been better. Story could have been better, but it wasn't. So, but anyway, yeah, I think that's wow. We talked to you 3 hours on on one topic like that. That's how.
God. I
But
think
yeah,
it's a lot better than when I think we have a lot of things to talk about, especially when you have like a guest commentator on
yeah, definitely. That
talk
was
about certain topic.
yeah, it was really fun having you here because I honestly needed to share these sentiments with someone because oh my fucking god, this story.
I had some things to get off my chest as well.
Yeah, I'm just like, at one point I wanted to scream, Stop pissing me off, Scott.
And Scott, it's not fine.
Yeah, it's not fine. Taco's like, it's fine, it's fine. No, no, no. You can tell it's not actually fine. You, how are you gonna? That's so fucking mean. Why would you do that to him and everyone who's listening? Like you approved it, and it's like, no. if you're not going to answer lore questions, don't answer them, and stop wasting our time with all these question dodges and rambling. Stop. Just stop. I'm going to be blunt. Stop. Just stop. Okay, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the end of that. Really fun stream. Damn, really the longest I've ever done, actually. Or probably one of the longest, but
One of the longest rant streams.
yeah, and just for FNAF. I mean, next time will be different, but just for FNAF. Holy shit. Alright, well, I guess we'll conclude it here. I'm Team Ruler
Yep.
15.
I'm T-Man 2001.
And we will see you guys. Well, actually, about that, I plan on doing Danganronpa with Rampa. I can never pronounce that correctly.
Danganronpa.
Yeah, and I'll have Tan. Hopefully, I'll have him join that stream. Of course, it's a long game, so. Oh, what were you about to say?
Yeah.
So we'll have to
no,
do it
no,
like.
I was
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that'll be fun. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, so. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Yep, bye.
Oh, and I'll work on Ultimate Custom Night. Expect that next week when I go to my cousin's house. We're going to tackle that. We're going to at least do the challenges. I'm not going to do 50-20 mode. I don't think I have enough time to prepare for that. But, yeah.
Heart attack.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.